Hello everyone, and welcome to the Lost Shipyard. I am your host, but not your DM, Nitsify. I play Ruzuka. Darla. Anyways, we also have we also have our DM and host.
Say something back there, or was that what that pause was for?
No, you figure it out, buddy. We also have our.
I will.
We also have a We also have our host and DM Acrid.
Alright.
Yep, and we also have our other player, I guess. Tic Tac Dylan, also known as Bonmon.
What's up?
Yeah. Alright, so I have canonically changed his name. Let's fucking go. We also have in the peanut gallery we have Anya.
Hi. I
She's
also
what?
have Stella. So Stella might be doing shit. I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows?
We'll find out.
Stella exists.
Still exists.
She's trying her best, that's for damn sure.
Yep.
Crying. She's chaotic.
So, but yeah, you guys would get in that day, and it was kind of later in the day when y'all got in. Got into Kind Island.
Hey,
Uh,
I should probably let them know what happened last episode.
I forgot. Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, just a quick little reminder. We don't really need to do a long one this
Walk
time,
away.
luckily. Just a quick reminder for everybody in the last episode, in case you may have forgotten. We kind of just fought a guy named Peter Peppermint Patty. We fought that guy, Grandma Follower, uncorrupted him, the whole 9 yards. Found the Boyle group with a cheese man. Cheese man, is cheese. Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, cool. Anyways.
Stella tortured or tormented the hell out of the peppermint person.
Man might have
Yeah.
trauma.
Yep, because he's the Oni, he'll never show it. John made a damn near a literal deal with a devil when talking to Fenia. So
Yep.
he sealed his fate by talking to her and actually giving her an idea,
To be
which
honest,
she then turned away, went okay, and left. And it's like, oh, okay, I hope that was a good idea.
it's not really a deal. Just more like, okay, well, if these circumstances are forced upon me, I might as well try to at least decide what I want.
An
Yeah.
acceptance of fate.
Yeah.
Sure, let's
See,
go with that.
See, you went through the full trials of grief, man. The last one was acceptance.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
Should have gone with Grieger. You get a bite and you get psychic resistance.
I'm fucking good.
Man, they get so many stat increases, it's fucking wild.
Actually, like, jokes aside, I think that might be a better race than Honey Badger, in my opinion. But,
Honey badgers have a very unique skill that is
Yeah.
custom to them. On
Yeah.
par with goblins and their fucking bonus damage.
yeah.
I'm sad you didn't go for the aberrant mimic.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's a lot of options. Literally every race was an option, and even like if you said, I want to be water elemental, she would have made it work.
I mean,
She would have figured out a way to splice those genetics and not kill you.
I think that's just called becoming a mist elemental. Like, I think that's what he becomes at that point.
Beam or mist, one of the two.
in
Yeah.
all fairness, aberrant mimic does kind of have, immunity to the psychological effects.
I mean,
That's why I
because he'd
said
be
the
a half
Grieger
mimic.
thing.
Yeah, Griegers, mimics, Griegers would have resistance, so they naturally would have advantage because they're psychically powerful already.
I mean,
but
I still stand by my decision that, like,
I stand by it too.
the Honey Badger extra attacks, especially for my kind of setup, having those extra attacks, that's gonna be fucking fun. And besides,
Hey,
I mean,
more power to you.
yeah, I mean, it works with my build. I stand by that. Plus, I literally have 16s all across my stats except intelligence with 18, so my
I wanna
stats are already good
ask,
for the most part.
What
Yeah.
exactly is your build? Because I've tried to sit here to figure it out. I don't know what your build is exactly.
To be honest, I've just been violently improvising for pretty much the past several weeks. But I think the spellcasting
can
mortal build
tell.
is pretty funny.
So,
You
improvise
do
this.
kind of
Hell
need
yeah.
to figure out what your build is.
There is
Fair.
no build. The build is fuck you. Alright. But the last session, you guys went y'all separate ways and got a fucking nap in. So everyone gets a long rest. Woo.
Yeah.
And for
yeah.
once, Rio wakes up and isn't assaulted by people with
Oh my God.
information.
It's awesome.
Instead, it is quiet.
Too
Okay.
quiet.
Gotcha.
And then Nosuke knocks on his door.
There it is. Yeah. We never actually got to mention, but where the fuck have we been sleeping while we're in Kine Island?
So literally, Stella has a fucking room for you guys. Like she has 2 rooms that she gave to you guys.
Okay, cool.
Oh, no.
Because it was mainly because Rio is an old friend of hers, effectively.
Yeah.
So she just kind of gave John a spare room. And as you guys would be back now, you guys would be seeing that the tavern is actually getting an expansion because they need more fucking rooms.
That checks. That checks.
Mhm.
All
So
right.
they've currently opened up, like they're building a 3rd floor to the tavern,
Hell
so
yeah.
people can have even more sleeping space.
Nice.
But yeah, that's what's happening with Kind Island.
I guess
What
I'll
do y'all
open
want to
the-
do?
Well, I mean, I gotta knock on the door. I'm gonna open the door. I...
No, Saki's just standing there, wide the fuck awake.
What time is it?
It's like whenever Rio gets back, I'd imagine he gets a little bit of more sleep than 4 hours.
Yeah.
So it's like he probably passed out around midnight or 11.
Yeah.
He looks over and it's like 10 a.m.
That
like he's just sitting there like, oh, I got
Yeah.
sleep.
I would, I'm gonna be honest. John
Uh-huh.
would probably just sleep the fuck in.
All right,
he just-
so
he does
John
not
will
get
wake up.
till 3 p.m.
That's about
probably.
right. All right, so until 3 p.m. we will only be following Rio. What are you doing?
Okay. Cool. I mean, first of all, is there a reason why she's just knocking on my door? Or is it literally she's just here to be here?
She would just look. She's like, I have no idea where to go.
Right.
I don't know anybody.
Child is following her dad.
Yeah.
She's gone to the only person she knows will actually know things.
who just kind of looked at her and just go, well, I do need to introduce you to some people anyway, so you can come with me.
Okay. Wait.
I'm
So,
literally just imagining a daughter walking up to her dad and just, Daddy, I have no idea why I'm here.
Yeah.
yeah.
Dad,
yeah.
I threw up.
Dad flew up. Just fucking on the other side of the hall of the tavern. Yeah, no, so I'm gonna go introduce her, I guess, to selling Kyo would be kind of the plan.
All right. So let me see. How are things happening down here? Okay. Cool. So there's a good number of people in the tavern right now.
Okay.
There's he would be able to see the goblin that he had seen earlier that they had freed.
Mm-hmm.
The goblin is here. You'd also be seeing several people that you definitely didn't recognize, but you can definitely tell they're probably from Merton.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a fair number of Merton prisoners have made their way in here.
That checks.
This- So yeah, that's like the tavern is relatively full. Stella's just working like, all right, you need this, motherfucker. Ha.
Yeah, no, I get it. I feel like you would just like try and like wait for an opening where she's not as slammed.
Yeah, she would eventually just look over. She's like, oh, okay, hold on, and then she would take a literal fucking moment and walk over to see what you need.
Hell yeah. You would just look to Stella and just go, Stella, meet Nosuke. I know this is going to sound far-fetched.
Ooh.
This is my daughter.
She raises an eyebrow. Hi,
And here-
Nosuke.
He would just kind of like lean and just go, "This isn't a joke like last time."
I figured. He didn't have your joke face on this time.
Mm-hmm.
Got
You can thank Yavina.
it.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. It's just...
The
I mean-
Well, hi, dear. Do you want to help the cat in the kitchen? Cat in kitchen.
Yeah, go meet Q. Go meet Q. He just kind of like usher her over.
Yeah, Stella takes Nosuke and just goes, Kyo, is you just hear a huh? What? Oh god. What's happening? Who the fuck are you? Oh, okay. Just a fucking like you just hear the cook from the back going, who are you? Gets told probably by Stella. Him. Oh, okay.
Gotcha,
Hi, good to
gotcha.
meet you. Alright, this is a spatula. You move that stuff. There you go, bye.
Alright, alright. So I'll be real. I'll probably try and get her to meet Black Eye a little bit later on in the day. I think that makes sense. But
Yeah.
for now, I think actually letting her get to just, I don't know, live a little bit of a normal life when
Yeah.
she's here and not in the sanity zone could be nice. Because
Oh, yeah.
I'll be real, I know for a fact also, like, this is more of, I know it's not just me as a player, but also me, like, I feel like Ryu as a character, there is that bit just sitting there like, if you don't raise someone like this right, shit's gonna go south. Like, this is someone who could actively become a god or a demigod or, you know, just a problem. I think you get the point. There's enough
Yep.
of those.
She could end the world if she gets strong enough and gets angry enough.
Yep. That's what I'm saying.
That's a
Remember, it's
terrifying thought.
Right. Uh-huh.
Yep.
But I want her to actually have some normality in her fucking life. And if there's anybody that can actually teach that to her, it's Kyo and Stella, so. Or
I'll
Sella.
mention.
Dude, those
Yeah.
names, it is a one-letter difference between Stella and Sella.
I did not know. Okay.
No, it's fair. You didn't know. It's a background character that hasn't really been mentioned that much, but has been here since session 1.
She's also been like subtly been being hyped up by Ryu as being terrifying, and no one knows what she can fucking do.
Dude, I really like the idea that even if she has like no levels, it's just
Uh-huh.
Ryu psyching people the fuck out so they just won't do anything stupid. Like, it's the biggest fucking gaslight imaginable.
I mean, he's not even alone. Kyo does it too. If y'all are lying, Kyo's bought into the lie and goes, "Yeah, this is funny." And just
Oh,
the cook
man.
is telling everyone that his boss is terrifying.
Yep. I guess I know it's probably not 3 yet, so
No.
I'm gonna do something that I know is definitely gonna take a little bit more time. I'm gonna head over to Anna and Dennis's area because I know there's a shot I can also run into Darius in the process, but there's some stuff I need to deal with those 3 people. So
Okay, let me roll. Okay, got it. Yeah, no, he does not run it, and so he makes it. No one bothers him on the whole walk.
holy
Anna
shit!
and like to Anna and Dennis.
Yeah.
There is not a soul that bothers him. At this point, actually, people are getting out of his way as to not inconvenience him.
Nice.
That could either be really good or really bad.
It's a mix of both. People are scared.
It's either really good because nothing has gone wrong, or something so terrible has gone wrong that everyone is afraid to tell him.
Yeah, it's one of the two. I feel like
It
there's
could go one of 2 ways.
But there's just a sheer factor that, considering he's the guy that fucking runs a lot of the things, there probably are just gonna be some people like, let's not bother the guy who's fucking busy.
Yeah.
Let's not get in his way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like he would also be noticing that there seems to be a lot more of the Sojiro military, which is like the samurais that actually like worked under the Emperor of the Jungle.
Yeah.
You're actually seeing quite a few more like of that military forces now here in Kainalem. Like it's a
Nice.
significant increase. Like it went from like, oh, there's a guard every little while. Like you might see one a day or something. Now it's like you walk down the street and you see like a group of 4 of them talking.
Cool. So at
So
least
it's like,
they're actually upping their guards, which is good to see.
Yeah, the Emperor is doing something. And you can kind of tell that the military seems minorly on edge. Not because of people, just probably because of stuff they're aware of that they
Yeah.
haven't informed the generalized public.
That's fair.
But it is definitely something that if he had to guess, and this is just passive insight for him. Darius probably knows and will probably tell him at some point when he finds him. It's really just that thing of like, all right, the military is hiding something from the general public.
It's also
Yeah.
probably something to do with the aberrant mimic walking around with a fucking aberrant wolf.
That's normal at this point. That's been normalized.
Yeah.
But aberrations
yeah.
are standard practice. They have to deal with blood monsters walking into the capital now.
Yep.
Because
Yeah,
somebody sold half of it to fucking Yubina.
Listen. It kind of needed to be done if we're being real. Because
Yeah, but it's also kind of that thing of friendly aberrant mimic with friendly, horrifying
Doggo, yeah.
doggo. That now is just different colors.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be real. They're not too worried about the doggo. They've seen worse. So. The doggo wouldn't raise much concern.
That and doggo would be very actively being trained by...
I'm gonna be real. Like, it's that thing of people look at Stella and they're like, "Oh, it's another Psyche." That's what people are viewing her as. So there's not much concern. But anyway,
That's
Yeah.
expect the question.
I think
What's
this
up,
is like
Nick?
the third aberrant as well, because we also have
Yeah.
a mimic that doesn't actually... Like, the one fucking calm mimic that just hasn't caused any problems. I don't remember their name. It was like Clover or something like that.
Clovis, yeah.
Clovis, yeah.
Clovis is just here.
Yeah, they're just... they're vibing.
They really come off as I'm just here.
Yep. Yeah, so do I get to Enna?
Yeah, you'll get
Okay.
to Anna and Dennis.
Cool. So he would just approach Enna and Dennis and just look and just kind of go, "You got a minute?"
They would both look up as there's. I want to mention when you were here the last time, there was a lot of magic because of Enna,
Yeah.
but it was more like runic sigils.
Yeah.
You look out, and you would just see, you would just see that there is now a lot more ritualistic magic floating around of different symbols of more normal wizarding colleges other than runes, which is what Enna uses. So it's like, okay, that's what Dennis is working on. Like you can actually see a difference in the magic.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what he would see as entering, and they would both look up to give him acknowledgement.
Oh, yeah. He would just kind of look at him, just kind of go, "I was meaning to talk with you, but I hadn't gotten time to speak with you about this. I was wondering if the two of you could do a little bit of research. It came to my knowledge, or to my understanding, right after we left for the last mission that we just got back from. It might be good to start trying to get locations of any titans, dragons, colossals, those sorts of things that still might be in the Sanity area. Because if they're in hibernation, eventually they can be changed. And I don't know about you, I don't want to be dealing with corrupted dragons, or corrupted titans, or colossals for that matter."
Well, I might have an answer for you immediately.
Oh.
Actually. Dennis would sit there, he was like, where was it? On the other side of the mountain from Solaris, because I lived in Atheny, I was aware that they were existent because there was a warning to avoid them.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a tribe or clan of giants that lived near that lake. And now that you're asking about it, I'm just now remembering that they exist.
So it's giants near what?
So Solaris, the capital, it has a giant mountain lake behind it, like kind of on the other side of the mountain.
Yeah.
He would be mentioning, yeah, there was a clan of giants that lived there.
Gotcha.
He would go, I can't remember exactly what type of giants they were, but I know they had at least one fire giant. That was their smith.
Understood. Side note, D&D Beyond is not letting me type in my notes anymore. Nor am I able to look at it when I click on the box. I thought that was the thing that happened on, I think it was last time I had Ryu sheet up. Like, after a session, it started doing that. And I mentioned it, and it was doing that for you, too. On, like, an NPC sheet. It's still there.
Broken.
It's still broken. Okay. Fuck, where do I write this shit?
Maybe get an actual notepad.
I'm not gonna be able to keep up with it like that. I have a different plan. I have an idea. Hold on.
Or a notepad on your computer.
I have my private server. I'll just make a separate channel for this. Okay. That's slightly annoying. Okay, so giants near Solaris. Okay. So you're just
You go, if I remember correctly, they weren't hostile so long as you left them alone. That's how they were. I did hear about a kobold, I think it was, or tiny lizard folk, something, that decided to try and duel the fire giant and was sent through a tavern in Solaris because the giant hit him hard enough where he covered about a day of travel. Because the giant was annoyed with him.
Oh my god.
Sounds about right.
I think he lived too. He was then in debt to that tavern.
That checks. That does check.
That is
Checks out for a small lizard folk.
Yep.
Yep.
Lizard folk or kobold, I don't remember which. But I'll have to check my books for any giants and titans. I know there were dragons, I just need to remember where they.
Yes.
But I will get that for you.
I appreciate it. Obviously, the sooner the better, but I understand research takes time, so.
He would look around at the different magical things that are being researched, one of which is the goo from that bowl that you gave them a while ago.
Yep.
That's still sitting there getting checked out because they're fucking confused.
Yeah.
Like...
You just kind of looked at it and just go, by the way, how's the, how are the aberrant teeth? I know I had brought you some of those, too. Did you figure out anything with those?
We've realized through checking, these creatures are fucking confusing because when checking them, there's signs that a single tooth has different enamel from a bunch of different creatures.
That would check, considering a lot of these things seem to be made completely out of mangled corpses. Yeah.
Yeah, so, it's really hard to get any information when all you're messing with is a mishmash of information.
That would check.
There's no congruency. There's nothing. None of it makes sense, which I know, it's an aberration, of course, but still.
Yeah. There's always at least some logic to aberrations, at least to some degree.
Some of them, usually. Usually, I know Yin and Nin, they value there at least being some logic.
Normally, yes.
That reminds me, now that I'm thinking about them, do you know about them, or did I just forget to tell you?
I learned
Okay.
by Stella. I haven't properly talked with them, but I'll be handling that a different day.
I apologize for my failing to communicate about them. It came to
No, it's
mind
fine.
while you were gone, while I was messing with the aberrations, and slowly getting more and more frustrated.
It's fine. I still have to talk with Yin and Nin. I still need to talk with Algonzo. I need to meet him. And I also still need to try and get in contact, see if we can get help from the Destroyer.
Ah,
So, that's what I'm saying. I have a lot of gods I have to handle. That's for a different day.
so with the Destroyer,
Mm-hmm.
you may be able to get in contact with him easier if you use his name, which is, if I remember what Black Eye told me, his name is Imozen.
Mosen. Gotcha.
He goes by the Destroyer, as that's his omnipotent title, but
Yes.
Imozen is his proper name, as he's the only one of the omnipotents to actually have given himself something other than his...
Title.
Yes. The others
Understood.
haven't bothered. So I will send his name.
Heck yeah. Yeah.
Imozen. There you
Yeah.
go. So he would that is... He is very responsive to his followers. He's a bit iffy with non-followers, but if you say his name, he's more likely to answer.
Understood. I will keep that in mind.
He gives a thumbs up.
Alright. Before he goes, he's gonna look at him and just go, one last little thing before I leave. I found this, and he pulled out that gold ball that I've had.
You see her just squint at it.
Yeah. You just go, any idea?
It probably opens.
Is it safe to open?
I don't know.
Hmm.
That's just off of a first glance. If you would like, I can take it and see if I can figure it out.
That would be good.
All right. She would take it. And she's like, "All right, why are you heavy?"
Yeah.
Like, you just hear the wizard going, "You
Yeah,
are
okay.
surprisingly heavy." She sets it down. She's like,
Oh, and
stop
I have
that."
these randomly. I don't know where the hell I got these from. He pulled out the 41 rupees. And
Those are just rocks. Those are gems.
yeah, I ended up in another world at one point. I fell through reality, ended up in another world. I was selling canned food.
Is it a
And
material? Is it fake
there
food?
was food in a can. I don't know why I even know what was in those cans, but I have
don't
that
either.
information. And there was a
Uh,
blue slime on a leash, and it was the pet that was buying the canned food.
That feels
Yeah,
wrong.
it did. And I couldn't control my body, so
No.
against my will, I sold it to the slime, the pet.
Bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
Truly bizarre.
I would have mentioned, I think I recognized it because when we were dealing with a quest recently, it showed back up. Except this time it was in our world. And it shot off, it broke through a building and shot off 4 random lasers. And 2 of them hit our opponent. And then it fell in on itself through reality.
Ah, I
Yeah.
will never understand your magic, and I don't think I want to.
You don't.
I'm happy with my fire magic. Thank you very much.
It's a lot more simple. Keep it that way.
Well, Is there anything else, or I'll get to studying this orb you've given me?
Unless you can tell me what the shovel is used for, I don't think so. And then he turns
Digging
around.
up bodies, and she just goes to work.
She would just go, finally, someone gets it. And he just walks out.
Why is it digging up bodies of all things?
She worked with fucking Juranesh. She was a magic user for Juranesh.
I mean, yeah, but still, she worked in a tavern.
It's the apocalypse. Dark humor is going to be more relevant.
Yeah, you get somewhere with dark humor.
Yeah. I don't know how long you want to stay on Just Me despite John Sean saying 3 p.m. I'm just going to put that out there.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest, that took a bit from your day.
Okay.
John,
You
you wake up face down on the floor. You got out of bed at some point, but you didn't really get out of bed. You just rolled out.
So he fell out of bed.
That's funny, actually. I was so planning to say something like that.
I'm so glad. Same wavelength.
Yeah, no, deadass. The reason why I decided to go later was just so I could finish drinking my tea because I needed the caffeine, to be completely honest here.
That's fair.
Anyways, so as John just kind of wakes up, he'll just take a minute to process it, and he'll just sigh, and he'll just say, another day, huh? It's just like that very depressing morning when you wake up and you realize you're alive.
Yep, and he would just hear in the back of his head, yeah, it's another day.
John will scramble to get up, knocking over like I'm assuming the place would have like a bedside table.
Yeah.
It's knocked over now as he would get up to find out who said that.
There's no one there. He is alone.
Oh, fuck.
As he would have realized that was Fenya talking in the back of his head. And then he would just get a, don't worry, I'm not done with it yet. Okay, bye.
So I would just kind of stand there and blink for like 3 minutes. And then he'll just leave his room.
Okay.
So, the first thing I wanted to do was I wanted to go pay a quick visit to Zelvic, the artificer.
Yeah, Zelvic done.
I wanted to see about maybe getting my contingency ban fixed with its second charge, since I used one during the whole Goldcrest stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so let me roll for some things. Got it. Cool. Neat. All right, John, you start walking.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd see a few people that you've seen that have that are now new people that are just here as you're walking towards Zelvic. You'd be seeing some more Merton prisoners. You'd be seeing a guard who has ice magic following around an ogre just to make sure he doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And you would be seeing you would see one person that you would recognize because he swung his sword at you. You would see Geniax walking. So at least you know he's alive. Whether that's good or bad in your opinion is up to you.
That was the half the lich, if my memory's correct.
Oh no, he's
full
a
lich.
full lich. He's a whole ass
Full
lich.
Right.
I think that's
He's-
one of the only races that I can genuinely say I don't think it's possible to become a half lich.
Yeah.
Got it. I think John would just kind of pretend he didn't see him, to be honest with you. It's like that, like when you see a coworker at a grocery store, but you're just too drained to talk to them.
That's fair. Let me see. He seems to be looking for somebody as he's walking around because he's kind of scanning, and he'd look at you, and you'd see him smile at you as he keeps walking. Since you didn't acknowledge him, he's not going to acknowledge you, but he still gives you that fucking smile of, I fucking see you.
I see you, bitch.
I feel like if you really look at his image, that's kind of how he is looking towards anybody. Because he's 6'3", he looks down on a lot of people.
I see you, bitch.
Yeah, he sees you. He just gives you that fucking creepy ass smile and just keeps walking.
John would just kind of sigh, and he'll just kind of think to himself, just, I am so bloody sick of socializing lately.
That's fair.
Oh no, you have to socialize at
What
an
a-
apocalyptic event.
Yeah.
Oh, the pity.
Oh, the pain.
Oh boy, that's funny.
I mean, look, the last thing John wants right now is another weirdo paying attention to him. I'm gonna be honest here.
That's fair. I mean,
Geniac isn't a
Geniac-
weirdo. He's a conqueror, a man among men.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking weird, dude. I don't know.
He's
what you
always
mean.
failed at his goal.
yeah, but he never gave up.
Yeah.
200 years.
To be fair, though, that is a man who's trying to single-handedly take an entire country by himself.
It's a great way to power level.
Uh-huh. Probably already a little 20, if we're being honest.
Oh my god.
He
Yeah,
would
yeah.
be if he didn't end up dying constantly.
he keeps most of his levels.
Most.
Yeah, I know. Conquering Kingdoms is my favorite XP grinding method.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, your first sure is for him. Yeah, so you'd see him, you don't talk to him, that's fair. Yeah, and yes, you would get to Zelvic's area. And you would see Zelvic is working on You would see him working on a pair of arms that he seems to be slowly wiring them. Like wiring like the inner sets of the arms. So like you're essentially seeing like, these different copper lines that almost look like blood lines, but it's more the electricity for what he needs. And John, what's your passive insight?
Passive insight. That is a solid 13.
Okay, let me check something with Zelvic. Where the fuck? Right, I don't have him in this fucking thing. I have him somewhere else. I need to grab. Yeah. So you're. From what I remember, you're not getting much from him. He's got like no real expression.
John would just probably like kind of tap on the wall, kind of awkwardly, and just go like, hello?
Oh. Hi.
Hi. Yes.
How can I help you?
Zelvic, right?
Yeah.
So I have this doohickey here. John will take off the contingency band to show him. So
He
from what
will
I
take a look at it.
gathered, whenever I'm about to die, this thing kicks in and prevents death. And it had to kick in during my last expedition. And I was wondering if there was like some possible way to maybe repair it, get it back up to normal, that sort of thing.
Let me. Oh wait, actually, okay, this is actually wild. So John, you would be picking something up from Zelvic.
Oh shit, really? Okay.
Yeah, because Zelvic, while he's an artificer at the end of the day, he's not so his deception actually isn't good. He's one of the more he's one of the more honest bandits. To be honest.
Ooh. All right.
He looks fucking annoyed. But it's that thing of he's not bringing up anything that's bothering him. It's very clear with how he's looking. You're seeing, like, while yes, he is a mechanical person at the end of the day, like, he's augmented most of his body, there's still that generalized, like, he's kind of got the body language of someone who's annoyed about something.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so something's gotten on his fucking nerves, but he's just not mentioning it.
Gotcha. John would honestly bluntly point out, and it would just say, sorry, are you having a bad day? Because if you want, I can easily come back later if you're not feeling up to it.
Oh, no, I'm fine to have something distract me. It's... Putting it simply, and he kind of actually push the arms away as he takes the contingency band to start inspecting it, because he's like, okay, how... Like, while he's talking, he's making sure he can even fix this thing you want him to fix, or if there's just nothing he can do.
Right.
He's like, there is a few people who seem to have it in their head that because your companion Rio threatened me to make sure I wouldn't do anything wrong, which, end of the day, yes, I was a bandit, but I'm attempting to turn a new leaf. They seem to think I won't do anything when I have slander, insults thrown my way. As of this moment, I have chosen to do nothing. But if they say, they've gotten damn close from saying something that I will not tolerate being told. So, I'm a bit annoyed, putting it simply. And, I'm hoping to talk to Rio to get them to piss off.
Wow, first of all, I'm very sorry to hear that. That's a very frustrating situation. I know Rio didn't exactly like you, but...
For perfectly good reasons, I openly admitted I was called the Bandit King. He
John Terror.
like, at least you know, like, he's honest with himself. Like, I was called the Bandit King for a reason. He would just go, well, alright, well, here's the thing with this contingency band. Once they snap, from what I can tell, from my one failure with us checking it, which I'm relatively decent with magic items. Which also, as you're looking at him, John, you'd be able to see there are 3 small rocks, like, slowly floating around him. Which are, what are called as ion stones. So they give him a bonus. He has 3 of them floating around him, and he has 3 amulets he's wearing. So, he's got a lot of different magic items all over his body. He's like, I don't think I can fix this one exactly, but I might be able to make you another.
Really? Hey, that'd be great. I could probably just pass this one with a charge to someone else who might need it, in that case.
Well, actually, I would need this one. Because I would need it to be able to make more of them. And I could make more for everybody. So it's not just one person who has it, but a few of the groups or a few more of the people we can't risk dying can get it.
I understand.
I think that Dr. Stravelin fellow,
Oh yeah, the one that made me explode that one time. I remember.
Yeah. I think he needs one of these. Not that I don't trust his abilities, but I don't want him dying because I've looked at what god he's connected to. I'm good. I'm made of machinery. I might not have much blood, but that goddess will still kill me.
Ears around the corner with a dog head.
Oh god, Stella's here. But yes, I will get to work on this, and If you happen to see Rio, tell him to come over here. Or if you happen to see, I think his name's Hunter Smith, send him over here too.
Understood.
I've got.
It's great. A whisper from behind John.
Okay, I'm gonna wait, so just to be clear, Stella's behind Sean now.
Yes.
Okay.
You're around the corner.
Accurate,
Little dog
accurate.
head.
Accurate, just for fun, can you set a DC for Sean to not scream and jump from a wisdom save?
Alright, he's gotten a bit better. It's a DC. I'll give it a DC 13.
Alright, 1 minute.
Motherfuckers.
Oh my god, I got exactly what I needed.
Alright, you don't jump in fear. You're just more like, I am!
Got it. John would turn around and just go, oh, Senna? Hi?
Oh, so you're the artificer.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Zelvic Dawn, how can I help you?
Just waves with her mechanical hand.
Ah. No, he just goes, ah, got it. Artificer, I understand.
John kind of has that, like, very awkwardly, socially awkward body language talking to Stella, so just say, Stella, I'm so serious that I really am sorry for what happened the other day. Are we good now?
Yeah.
So what was this about learning script?
Oh,
He doesn't know script,
Well, of course he doesn't. He's not an artificer.
but he's also hanging around with a mechanical bunny who he didn't understand anything about.
You didn't ask about Ninoni?
I
John,
love Ninoni.
John looks like he has his mouth open, like he's about to say something, but the two just kind of stay what he was planning to, so he'll just like quickly interject with that. Yes. I was going to see if I could resume learning about script actually, because
Right.
yeah. I think I've already got some of the basics of it at the very least, but they still have a while to go.
Hold on. You see him like start looking around, and you would see him turn around with this fucking dusty ass book.
Stella turns into a spring, compresses, and then just bounces around until she's next to John
God.
before turning back into her normal self, landing on her feet.
Yeah, so Zelvic would hand you a very old book, John, and you would be able to tell that this book, funnily enough, is fireproof. As well as probably waterproof. Like, it's one of those books that you're not fucking up.
I love metal books. They're my favorite.
It's just an enchanted paper.
That makes sense.
He was like, this will help you learn scripts. Just read it on your travels. Probably by the time you're done with your next journey, or after a little while, you'll learn it. There you go.
Oh, that's very helpful. Thank you. I did have one more thing actually. It's I'm going to be honest. I've completely forgot that I had this. I think I found it when I first got here to this plane area. And I'm gonna take out an unfinished Crimate blade that I've had in my inventory for so fucking long. And I will offer it to Zelvic. It says, I'm good currently with my weapon, but I was wondering, would this be good enough for a new weapon someone else could use?
Hold on. You just had this, and you didn't...
How long did you say you had this?
John looks like...
Is there anything else you've got that you don't know about?
John looks like he's just done with life when they start asking these questions. And he'll just say, look, I've not been having the best month. Can you two please go easy on me about this?
Gemma, snag his bag so we can see what else he's got that might be useful.
Okay, no, hang on. I can take off my own bag, thank you very much.
You would just see Zelvic chuckle. You go, no, this would be a very good weapon.
I'll just let both of you know as a player right now. there's nothing else I have to give this. Actually, actually no, I take that back. There is one thing I almost forgot about.
Oh my, well, okay.
God
What
would
is it?
also take out 2 iron bars, and he'll just say, "Oh, so feel free to keep these too. You'll probably get more of a use out of these than me."
I was running out of materials, thank you.
Stella picks up one of the bars and just
If you weren't an elemental, I would bop you on the head with this.
sets it down.
You would just see Zelvic go, well, I'm basically completely out of materials, so yes, this is actually insanely helpful. I think the blacksmith is also running on fumes when it comes to materials.
I'm happy to help out. In return, I do want to ask, who are the names of the 2 people Rio asked to look after you?
Names of what?
The 2 people who almost pissed you off.
Oh, I don't know their names, but they haven't given me their names. But if you come by, probably tomorrow morning, they'll probably be here.
If it's okay with you, I think might be able to talk them, or to get them at least off your back a little bit.
Either way.
Not trying to be a dick to Rio or anything, but let's be real. Between the 2 of us, I'm probably the friendlier one.
He's very honest with people. He's very straightforward. I'm similar, but I'm bordering on threatening them. So it's for the best someone else deals with it, but I will warn you, if they call me the wrong thing, they will find out very quickly why I was called the Bandit King.
Oh, I believe you. I mean, sorry, this is just a me thing, but I mean, you scream badass warrior, man. Come on. I would hate to fight against you. John does mean it as a compliment, by the way, with his 16 charisma.
Yeah, no, he did take it as one. He would just sit there and kind of just chuckle, and he would just go, I've fought my fair share of battles, and I've been alive for many, many millennia. I've been alive for way longer than any human should be.
Oh.
Which I would mention, John would know this. A millennia is 1,000 years. He has said several.
Gotcha.
This man is fucking ancient. So, yeah, after a certain point, some of his augmentations, you'd kind of sit there and think. Some of his augmentations may not have been just for the fun of it, or to strengthen himself. But it was more of like I have crippling organ failure. I need to remove this organ and replace it because I've been alive for 1,000 years.
John would say, well, look, I'm gonna be honest, I'm really not the best with this socializing stuff. Memory loss, but for what it's worth, I definitely consider you a friend now at the very least, if that's alright with you.
That's good to hear. If both you and Ryu want to come over and handle those people, that's fine with me. Either way, there was 2 titles I was called. One of which I was called by my friends and my companions. One of which I was known by generally. My generalized title was the Bandit King. But many of my companions and many of the people that worked under me and worked with me as I got stronger I was known as the Honest Bandit. I never lied to anyone. I was very honest with people, especially when I was starting off as a bandit. I was very straightforward in telling people the truth. It was always hand over your things and you can leave. And I let everyone go. If I didn't have to kill, I wouldn't.
Cool.
So there you go. But I'll get to work on a new contingency band, but
Hey,
it's gonna take me a bit.
out of curiosity, how does one get their own title? I mean, Look, I learned that apparently I'm 86 years old. I know warriors get like cool nicknames or titles. How does one get one exactly? I've always wanted one of mine.
Well, I was called the Bandit King because that was what was on my bounty poster.
Oh.
Many people get titles from other groups that their names to spark fear in other people. I was called the Bandit King because that labeled me as someone above all of the bandits, and it labeled me as something to be feared, which at the time back then was true. I controlled a section of the country, and no one knew it was mine. I had a few cities that people thought was a part of a certain kingdom, but in fact that kingdom had no say on what happened in those cities.
Oh.
I controlled them with an iron fist, and no one knew. The guards then were all just bandits wearing guard clothing.
I like to
Hi.
imagine while Zelvic's telling his story, John's kind of looking at him with like stars in his eyes. Like he's definitely entranced by this cool sounding stories he totally believes.
I mean, the thing with Zelvic that he'd let you know, like, he got his title. You know, I got this title because, partially because I named myself King of the Bandits, and partially because there was an entire organization that had a flank of people trying to hunt me down and kill me. So they used the title the Bandit King as a way to spark fear in the commoners and the normal people. Eventually, over the years, I grew to like the title because I thought it was fitting, because, in fact, I was. There could be bandits that thought they were powerful, and then they would, once they entered my area, they would in fact get very quiet. There was very little crime in the cities I controlled, simply because nobody wanted to piss me off. It was useful.
Oh.
But if you gain a title, that's often from people either respecting you greatly or fearing you. Those are the two ways you often get titles from other people.
Well, I mean, I sort of want both. I mean, I want people to be afraid of how much of a hero I'll be.
Yeah, no, you'll probably just get it but no, very few people get titles. There was a golem in the world I was from. He was called Logan the God Killer. And he was called that because he'd killed about 3 gods.
Holy fuck.
He lived in the mountains alone, away from everyone as a hermit. He was a terrifying obsidian golem that had very little tolerance for people.
Your story definitely tracks so far. My older brother's a golem, and boy, he's terrifying.
Golems in general are powerful people, but they have one major flaw in that if you hit their core, similar to you as an elemental, they die on the spot. But there was a few people that assumed Logan, the God Killer, didn't have a core anymore. He got rid of it. It was just existing of pure mana of the world, which netted him that he almost never died.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, if you want a title, you're gonna have to make sure people actually respect you and don't dislike you.
Look,
Or
okay,
you can become a mass murdering genocidal maniac and you'll get a title because everyone hates you and is afraid of you.
I might pass on that
Decision's
latter
yours.
one.
Zelvic Dawn says the most honest decision's yours, bud.
I would then say, look, hear me out. You know what I've always hoped people would call me? Hear me out. The Flames of Chaos.
That's that's a bad thing. That is a bad thing.
John would just kind of say it with the most like childlike look on his face.
You would see, I think that would be the title on the maniac side.
Ah, fair point, fair point. John looks a little
Yeah.
disappointed. I'll keep workshopping it. There's time,
Yeah.
probably.
Oftentimes, more often than not, you don't get a say in your title. The only reason I had my say in mine
is because I had to proclaim myself king of the bandits so people would stop trying to steal that title. It was less of an official, like, out there title and more of a I needed to make sure the bandits in the area I was in I controlled. And then the fucking bounty hunters decided, oh, we're just going to use that as his name. And people in that world forgot my name.
Well, Mr. Zelvic, it's been a real pleasure getting to know you, but I do have some other errands I need to run, and I think I slept a little bit too much, but I do want to hear more stories, though. They do sound quite incredible.
Yeah, come and ask. I've got... Oh, God, I've got more stories than I care to admit.
Sounds wonderful to me. If I get more of my memories back, I'm trying to tell you a few of my own.
Fair enough. And yeah, you can also remove the contingency band from your inventory. And Zelvic will take it. And he has to take that one charge so he can make more of them.
That's, honest to God, I'm genuinely okay with that. Because if that means you could possibly save more NPCs in the long run with an item like that, that's useful as fuck.
I mean, yeah. It's one of those things of, you handed an item that takes a lot of skill to make to a several millennia old master artificer, and he said, well, actually...
Before I leave, I will turn to Stella, though, and I'll say, Stella, I do have a few more things I do need to get done around here today. Would you mind saving the script lesson for later? Or if you want, you're more than welcome to join me.
So Anya's not here, but Stella, Stella would, she'd agree and should just, stay at Zelvic's place.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha.
Because artificery and also helping out with, also getting to meet the new artificer and get to talk to him. But yeah, you get to learn more script later then. Cool.
I do want for my next destination, Nits can take a turn after this if you want, Acrid, but I do want to make my way over to the tavern.
Okay, so you're gonna make your way back. Cool. Let me see. Rio, are you done with them? You would be. So where are you heading next, Nits?
Funny enough, this is not like me being I'm gonna go down. I was already planning this before I threw my side over to Dylan. I was already going to be heading to the Smith next, so that was just weirdly coincidental.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so the Smith and Zelvic are actually next to each other, so it's that weird thing of as John, as you start to leave, you would see Ryu walking up, or Rio.
I will probably try to catch Rio really quick, and I'll just say, Rio, so first of all, that thing I mentioned earlier, that's happening in a few days. Secondly, Zelvic mentioned to me something sort of concerning, that those people that you have been asking to look after him.
I didn't ask anybody to look after him.
Well, apparently these people tried to almost piss off the Bandit King.
Oh, fucking kill them. Alright, where do we meet them?
Zelvic mentioned something about them being there tomorrow morning, I believe.
Okay, I'll be there. I need to talk with Zelvic anyways. I do appreciate you letting me know. If they get out of line again, I'm actually going to bury them.
I may be there tomorrow morning as...
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I get it.
I'm sorry. It's like, alright, so we've got two people who will bury them. Rio and the Bandit King. It's really that thing.
Todd would give you a very concerned expression, Rio, and he'll just say, I'm going to be there tomorrow morning. I feel like I should be there to at least mediate this.
Just at the end of the day, I still have to set down the law, so let me, don't try to get too peacekeepy.
Look, good cop, bad cop it, alright?
I don't know what you mean by that. I've been in jail for 4 years. I've only seen good cops.
Oh, understandable.
I've only dealt with Darius.
You know what? You'll probably figure out tomorrow morning anyways. I'll just see you around.
Alright, I'll see you then.
Oh boy. I fucking love the immediate, I'm gonna bury these fucks. Come here.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, that is not the reaction I was expecting. But God, is it funny?
Because he has
That was
started
the-
coming around to Zelvic, that is the thing. Like, it's taken time, but he has started coming around. He's also made it fairly fucking clear to everybody. Like, when he says that shit, it doesn't mean you fucking follow suit with that shit. He
Yeah,
made that fairly obvious, so that means he's dealing with some real dipshits.
Commoners. Yeah. Also, if y'all might get to see the Bandit King actually do something, which
Yeah.
that's a whole separate issue.
Yep.
So yeah.
So you're hopping over to Dylan's thing real quick before you jump into mine?
No, cause you're just here.
Oh, okay.
So we're now technically at you.
Okay, understood.
So John will walk off.
Alright, so I'm gonna go over to the fucking blacksmith and just
Uh-huh.
bring out the smithing tools that we got off the Argonian
Uh-huh.
and just look to him and just go, I've got something for you.
Oh.
Might be able
tools.
to use these.
I can actually, and I hate to inconvenience you or
Need
throw more
materials?
weight on you. We're out. Like
I
I had a storehouse and I'm at my last bit of scraps. So
Luckily for you, I'm going to be doing something about that. I'm going to be sending some groups out to Athlone to go grab resources from over there. Also, I'm going to be trying to get in contact later with Darius to see if we can get resources from the people who are coming from the underground area that have been, relocated via underground tunnels. I'm going to see if any of them might have any ores or anything like that. So, I'm right with you.
he just kind of put his hands together with his gloves and just like, thank you.
For now, what I can offer you is this. And he'd hand him the 41 rupees and just go, can you make anything with this? They are kind of gem-like rocks, from what I can tell.
You see him kind of toss the rupee. Like, it's I think he
Nope.
takes one rupee and kind of tosses it up and down in his hands.
I'll put this here because I know it's currency from my world. I can let you know right now, those things are fucking rough. Like, getting hit with one of those things is supposed to be like getting hit with metal. Like, it's not.
How dense are they? Like, how big are they?
Like, okay, so like one of those rupees are about like the size of a palm.
Okay.
And they're
so,
supposed to be like the size of like the width of like a very small bottle. Like a thin bottle. So
those are heavy.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's why when people tell me like, yeah, I'm carrying around like 2,000 rupees, I'm sitting here, I'm like, I'm not gonna make you guys worry about your weight capacity for obvious reasons, but I'm sitting here in the back of my head and I'm sitting here like, if this was realistic and I made y'all actually care about your weight, your carrying capacity via like money and everything, y'all would be encumbered just having like 100 or 500, let alone 1,000 on you. Like, Usagi would not be able to move around the way he does.
all
I'm
right.
trying to think of something that Acrid would be familiar with to give an idea.
I know. I got an idea visual in my head. So he would say, he was like, okay, I have two options.
Mhm.
And I might be able to scrounge these out and make two of them. Two different things. But there is a bow that I've always wanted to try and make
Mhm.
that needs gemstones to make it.
Okay.
There's also that, and there's also making gemstone weapons. Because these are actually, like, you see him, like, kind of mess with these, like, these are fucking durable. Like, this is, you see him walk over and hit an anvil, and you just hear ding, 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 and he's like, yeah, no, this isn't breaking. This is not. It's just-
You just look to him and just go, well, it's easy to find melee weapons nowadays, so I think it might be best to try and see if you can make some ranged weapons. So if you can try and make a bow out of these, that would be useful. I have 41 of these, by the way.
I will take, God, he takes all these, like, alright.
So just use all of them. If you can make multiple weapons, even better.
I will.
I want to mention, by the way, the
Uh-huh.
rupees are based off of, like, Legends of Zelda. So, like, there's some that are going to be, like, blue, some are red, some are silver, some are yellow, some are green, and some are purple. Like,
Cool.
yeah.
Cool.
Like, it's
So
a-
he'd sit there.
Yeah. Oh, so there'd be a few
They're
black ones.
basically giant gemstones.
Yeah. I actually found like a proper sizing ratio of someone that was like that made like a Zelda rupee like merchandise to give you an idea. They're about the size of this. Now, granted, they're more cylinder-esque, so they're denser than that, but
Oh,
they're massive.
so he would go. Is there anyone in particular you'd want me to give this bow to?
You see,
It'd be a short bow
if it's a short bow, I don't know if there's anyone in specific that I can keep in mind that would use a short bow, because a lot of our people right now have been using melee weapons. But
Didn't you give a short bow to, or one short bow to
Nosuke,
Nosuke? Yeah.
I thought that was a longbow. That's why I don't want to pair her with a long and a short bow, because that fucks her up.
Let me double check.
I was
Let
under
me-
the assumption it was a longbow. It looked like one, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. I can make it a long bow or short bow, whichever.
If you
works
can
for you.
make it a longbow, I do have a daughter that could use one. I'm
Alright.
trying to teach her how to dual wield bows.
Bows?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
She has 4 arms like me, so.
You would say something like, then I think I know what I can do. I'll get to making you that. I'll get to making that longbow. I
Appreciated.
get to try something new, and I get to see if Zelvic can help me with something. I have an idea now.
Appreciated.
Oh no.
Oh, and yeah, please let me know if you end up coming up with anything extra, if you have any leftover rupees. I'd be interested to see your crafts.
Yes, and also this is you would see him like, well, you would see him actually lay him out in this like bow form, and he's like sitting there like, all right, this is gonna be fucking interesting. Let's see how this works. Like, so unironically, he would, because y'all are gonna be here for several days, and this is about all he has to work on.
Yep.
Weirdly enough, he'll have this done before y'all leave.
Nice.
So like, yeah, come back in a few days and I should have it done. I literally have nothing else to work on because I have no more materials.
Understood.
So, but he would mock out a design very quickly,
Yeah.
and you can,
Pretty.
You know what?
this is what he's gonna be making.
Oh, here, right, let me check.
Oh.
Let me see. Yeah, that's pretty. So it's just like black and red bow with like gems sticking out of it. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna be making, but he's gonna be making it with, it's gonna be multicolored, so it's gonna be this like,
Yeah.
It's gonna be a rainbow.
yeah. So you have greens, blues, yellows, oranges, reds, purples, blacks, and silvers.
yeah, he's also gonna be, and he would let you know just straight up. He's like, I'm going to make it a custom arrow, which this is the one in the image, which is the gemstone tipped arrow.
Mhm.
He'd be like, and I'm going to see if I can get Zelvic to make it have a returning weapon enchantment that I know a lot of artificers have.
That would be useful. In fact, actually, something just hit me. There's a weapon that I had a while back, and it's broken. But you see, I don't really think I'd use it anyways, even if it was repaired. So I'm gonna pass it to you, and either you can use it to make something else, or you can fix it and give it to one of the other recruits that might need it. And he will pass him the, Forest Winter, which is broken.
Yeah, okay. So he'd take the shards of it. He's like, oh yeah, no, that's right, busted. Oh wow. Alrighty then.
I don't remember exactly what happened or who I was fighting, I just remember it shattering.
Well, that would make sense considering it seems how thin some of the connecting bits were.
Yes.
Well then, I will get to work on this bow, and I will fix that at some point.
Understood, it's appreciated.
Right. That's a bit more elementally focused than I'm used to, but hey, what's expanding your craft a bit?
Exactly. Oh, and here's a shovel.
Oh, lovely.
Actually, I have someone that can use that. And he sets the shovel to the side.
Hell yeah. Alright. Heading over to Zelvic real quick.
Zelvic is working, and you see Stella in the background fiddling with some piece of equipment. And she seems just infatuated that she doesn't even notice you walk in because she's so focused on what the fuck is this? Like it's just the most like.
What is she working?
It's something Zelvic made on the side because he got bored.
Fair, fair. He would just start approaching Zelvic and just go, "Hey, got a minute?"
I do.
First of
Few
all,
of them actually.
I bumped into John, and I heard about the thing.
Yeah.
They're showing up in morning.
More than likely, yes. They've shown up every other morning and they didn't show up today.
Understood. First of all, apologies. I put those threats out there because that's the only way criminals most of the times know how to actually speak. So I was trying to drill a point across. That being said, you've been genuinely helpful, so I know you don't mean harm, and if you did, you would have already done something by now. And Darius probably would have killed you already. Now, getting into the point, I will deal with them. John and I, well, John has chosen to voluntarily, from my understanding, choosing to be there. If they say something that bothers you, and yes, I will be talking with them, during this whole conversation, you won't need to do anything. You just let me know. We'll make sure it's handled. Trust
There's
me.
one insult I won't take.
And what is that?
I won't be called a liar. I've never lied and I don't plan to ever lie.
Understood. Well then.
I'm a very honest man. I was one of the I was nicknamed the Honest Bandit before I became the Bandit King.
Mm-hmm.
So being called a lying thief is not something I will take.
I understand. I wouldn't take it either, personally. I would already be slashing my daggers across someone if they called me that.
You would see him motion, and you would be seeing two giant cleavers that are sitting behind him against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And you would be seeing these two cleavers that they're in very good fucking condition.
Yeah.
He would just go, "Those are my weapons."
Yeah.
As you'd be realizing Zelvic dual wields cleavers.
Cleavers are fun. That being said, as much as I'd love to bury somebody, if they become an actual problem, we might, okay? We'll think about that when the time comes. But I'll probably grab a cleric, just in case. But, I'd prefer not to kill people. Just for everybody's own moral, when it comes to the fucking city.
I would prefer that as well.
Not
Just
being
so I
said.
don't have Darius on me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need that.
That being said, there's one other thing I'll let you know. I am going to be sending people over to Athene to get us resources. I heard that you and the blacksmith were running short, which granted I wanted to do it last time, but I was strained a little thin on the groups. And we needed people to go deal with some of the leeches because they were starting to grow a little bit too much in number. So, I had to postpone it for a little bit, which is nothing I wanted to do. I'm also going to be getting a hold of people from the underground, hopefully, using Darius, to see if they can give us some minerals, because considering they traveled from all the way from the lower areas in Athene into the safe zone, hopefully we can get some resources from that area as well.
Well, I do have something for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing. And in the background, you just hear from Stella as she gets electrocuted.
That checks.
And you just hear, "Don't touch that wire."
Gee, thanks.
Head rotation. Well, obviously, pain is the best teacher. And he would hold up two robotic arms. He was like, "I had to use most of the materials I had to make these, but these are the arms you requested."
Appreciated. I was going to give those to him once I'm able to find him. I can just send him to you so that way you can actually show him how to put them on. But
Yeah,
I do
that'll work.
appreciate that. He took a lot of inspiration from my fighting style from my understanding, so allowing him to be able to quite literally quad wield might be of use to him, including someone who relies on tossing and throwing daggers. If we can get him returning daggers, it will be even better. But that's for another day.
That's easy enough to do.
I can definitely do that. I can also probably make a launcher in the arms. If I could build it in there, I just need more materials. Again,
Yes.
materials.
Yes. That's why I say for another day. We need to get you materials before anything can be done. Also, Stella, we'll talk a different day. There's stuff I do want to get done with you eventually, but not now.
Okay.
Don't touch that.
Yeah, I'll walk off after that.
You just hear a "Don't touch that," and then you just see like a white and blue flashing come from within the building, and then you just smell smoke and just Zelda going, "I said don't touch that."
That checks.
Just fucking don't touch that.
Oh god. Okay, Dylan.
Yeah.
Hi.
Bye.
So okay, where is Rio heading next?
I'll be heading to William next.
Oh boy.
Yep.
John heads for the tavern. So, John, you would get to the tavern probably about the same time as Rio is getting to Williams or whoever he runs into next.
Gotcha.
Fair.
So, John, you'll get to go first so we keep things balanced and fun for everyone, and you don't have to sit there bored wanting to shoot me because I'm ignoring you.
Yippee! I'm acknowledged. All right.
Now, what are you doing?
Okay. I'm gonna walk into the tavern and
All right, I have a little
going...
scene for you.
Damn.
Okay.
You
Alright,
walk
fair
in,
enough.
and you just hear this like, "I've got order for Steve," and you see this plate crack as if it was thrown through a lightning bolt, just crack through reality and land in front of a dude.
What in the bloody blazes?
I've
would say
got
out
an
loud.
order for Hikio, how do I say this name? And you just hear like this. She's like, I've got an order for Vorin.
Another fucking lightning bolt of fucking food gets thrown out as you would be seeing it land in front of this guy.
All right.
We're looking at a guy. He's a guy. He has light tan, yellow eyes, human ears, so he's probably human. And then again, he's got yellow eyes and fangs, so who knows? Black hair. That is like kind of spiky. A lot of this kind of goes back, kind of like almost like it slips back, but some of it does kind of like dip in front of the face, but not in front of the eyes, but just like in front of the face, like in between the eyes. A lot of like silvered rings, like hoop ring earrings, and I'm seeing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, and then a chain earring that hangs off of the earlobe, and then a black jacket that has a popped collar and has like this like silver design that kind of like is etched onto the collar area, and what looks to be, I think that's like a dark blue. No, that's just the way the jacket's sitting. It's like a light gray undershirt with like a bunch of necklaces that seem to be draping over its shoulder. I can't see anything past that, but yeah.
Yeah, you would and John, you would be able to reasonably guess this is probably one of the Martin prisoners that got freed.
Ah, got it.
So I'm gonna be slowly. I already sent all of them to teammates just so y'all know they're there, but I'm gonna be
Gotcha.
slowly introducing them because for
It's a
the
lot.
sake of all of our time.
Got it. So I would walk up to the bar. I forgot the name of the lady who runs the bar and just try to like
Sella.
get her. So you try to get Stella's attention really fast.
She walks over and she walks by you, hands like a drink at somebody, then walks back and stops. She goes, "Yeah."
Long time no see, Stella. I was
Been a
hoping to
while.
ask you for maybe a favor.
Depends.
Well, I was wondering, so you're doing like a lot of cooking and stuff around here. a few. So there's probably a lot of excess grease, right?
That's more of a Keo thing, but I'm listening.
Well, I was trying to be on the lookout to see if I could take any grease with me, because I found out
Okay.
recently that if I drink grease, my flames can get even hotter, and I want to use it for my enemies.
Huh. Well, I think Keo has already been storing some grease, but I'll talk to him about getting some of it in a bottle for you.
That'd be great. Should I just return back tomorrow?
Yeah, sure. And then you would just hear in the background just Keo just shout, "Don't put lettuce in the fire!" That's not where it goes. Where does it go? It goes over here.
John would just say, "Oh, lettuce, that sounds really good. Can I get some?"
Sure. Keo, I need like 3 bits of lettuce. You would just hear, you would see a singular eye glint from within the fucking kitchen. I was like, you fucking want what? Okay. Walks off, comes back. See, it sets a plate, and then there's just 3 bits of lettuce on different parts of the plate. It does not look organized. It was just shit Keo threw together. And she just sets it like, there you go.
I would just kind of take all 3 bits, just toss them in my mouth, hop off the bar stool, just say, "Thanks."
Bye.
And I will, I guess while on the topic, is there any new NPCs in the tavern out of curiosity?
There's Voren. He's new.
Mhm.
Let me actually roll for...
There's also Voren, by the way.
I know, no worries.
There's a second Voren. You don't understand.
You're right, I don't.
Yeah, sitting at the table of 4 of like a seating of 4 is 4 Vorens.
No.
Gotcha. I'll probably just, if I need to, I'll probably just rely on my passive perception, which is 21 right now.
God, fucking alright.
You actively have your like shield equipped?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Why are you wearing it inside the fucking zone, bro?
Man has his shield on his arm ready to fight everybody.
Oh.
God,
I actually didn't think about the implications too much, but sure, let's go with that.
Alright.
Man,
No,
you
actually,
never
you know
do.
what? I'll flavor it as John is afraid of his brother appearing out of nowhere, so he has that ready for when he's gonna punch him.
Fair.
That's fair.
That's the lore. All right.
So you would be seeing these 2 new guys as well as Voren. You would see both of these guys are sitting at the same table as Voren. So yeah, there you go. They both. One of them has a sigil of a guard from Murky.
So we have a human with black hair, goes down to the chin. He has 2 swords on his back, a blue cloak that is pretty tattered. It did have a hood. It kind of still does. It's just not as in good condition as it could have been. The cloak is one of those ones where like it's kind of like that crop top cloak where it doesn't really go down the whole body. It just kind of goes like drapes across the chest and it has the hood essentially. And then like I'm guessing this is the guard because he has that little sigil connecting onto his like the 2 ends of the hood area of that cloak. A dark brown leather what looks like armor underneath it, essentially, and it does have a collar that goes halfway up the neck. Is long sleeved, by the way, and then a bunch of brown leather straps that are like a lighter brown that go 2 across the chest, making an X formation, and then 2 on each arm, essentially like right before the elbow, and then like right around like the wrists. Probably it's just a protection thing more than anything. Just to make it a little bit harder for a blade to cut through, is my guess. And I would just go and guess it's like black pants or dark brown pants because I can't see anything past that. Also, something to mention of this guy, he has 2 scars near his left eye. One going directly down, one going slightly dodging the eye and more inwards towards the nose, but making a slash that would connect with the other scar. Very humanish. And then you have a fucking panda guy with like a torn up, like white grayish hood, a dark brown leather strap. I'm really trying to figure out what's going on here. Dark brown leather. Yeah.
He's got very tattered clothing and what looks to be like the remains of some armor, like what pieces are left of it.
Yeah, like he has a shoulder pad on his left, and then he has like knee pads and thigh pads. But what it looks like, it's like more samurai-esque. It's got like the wooden type of like material, and then the two straps across his like chest, making an exclamation similar to him, so he can carry his weapons. And it's just, again, like, that thing, it's like what he said. It's like, it's the clothing's so fucking tattered, I actually can't tell what he's supposed to be wearing. I'm gonna be honest.
It was probably just a normal cloak and had some samurai equipment with it, but
Yeah.
because he definitely was an expert, he definitely was a prisoner. He went to jail for some reason.
Yep. Oh, man, but yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
I would actually want to approach... I'll probably save the Vorin guy for later. And I'll just go with the human and a panda. I'll try to have like a very casual, kind of like very friendly approach where I'll just say, pardon me, are you two mercenaries by any chance?
No. I'm a guard. I worked at Martin.
Who says that?
That would be the human. As I'm assuming you walked up to him. The panda looks up with his expression like, like he looks up and it's something of it, he also looks mildly annoyed, but also you'd realize that that's just his passive existence.
Understandable.
Some people just have seen enough bullshit that they're kind of always annoyed.
Got it. I
Yeah.
apologize for interrupting your meal, you two, but both of you look like you're able to fight. Are you perhaps interested in helping trying to slowly resolve the very concerning situation that is our world nowadays?
That was kind of the plan. I was hoping to run into I'd already talked with Darius, but we're waiting for objectives really at this point.
Got it. Well, my name
Julius,
is John.
by the way.
John Sean. Well, both of you are in luck. I'm friends, well, at least I think I am, with the sort of leader of this whole operation. Ryuzaki Adoda is what he goes by. I'll see if I can point him in both of yours directions, and he'll probably be able to help give you guys a mission or something like that, or a group to join to help out. If that's alright with both of you, of course.
Sure, I'd prefer to keep some of the prisoners with me, the prisoners from Merton, as the guards know how to keep them in line. Not that I don't trust they'll do things, but better safe than sorry.
Got it.
And then you would just hear a kind of almost a growl as you would just hear a Milkhawks. It's my name. Don't bother talking. Don't bother with me. I'm not good with talking. Yes, we know you're not. That's why I'm talking. It's just the fucking honesty from fucking Julius. Just, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Shut up.
John would give like a very understanding nod, and he'll just say, "Don't worry, I can definitely sympathize. Talking's a bit of a pain, isn't it? I wouldn't really call myself the brightest knife in the kitchen drawer when it comes to talking with others."
You see Julius blink. As he's like, first time I've ever heard that organization of that sentence, but fair enough. As I should also mention this, Julius is about 6 feet. Like, he's a decently sized human. You look over, Mil Cox is fucking 10. He's 6'10". So, panda folk in my worlds are fucking big. Like, they can get to the same size as like Goliaths. Like they are large fucking people because they also eat a lot of food.
Gotcha. John would also kind of glance a little bit at Vorin, and he'll turn to Julius and just kind of nod to him and just mouth, "Hey, is that guy one of the prisoners you referred to by any chance?"
Yes, that is another one of the prisoners. Yes, the two of them being here are why I'm here. I know they won't do anything stupid. At least I hope they wouldn't.
Mhm.
This is a very rare opportunity. Most of these people, I'll be completely honest, were locked up for life. They weren't getting out. This
John
is
would-
their opportunity to kind of get a reset. So most of them won't waste it.
John would just kind of lean to Julius and whisper to him, and he'll just say, I just might let you help him get set up with Rio if that's okay. Look,
I'll deal with it.
Okay, cool. Look, I'm sorry to ask you, but I mean, I'm reasonably confident, knowing me, I might accidentally piss him off, and that wouldn't be good for everyone, so...
I will be honest, most of the prisoners respect the guards. Mainly because most of us guards have had to fight them at least once whenever a riot broke out. Or different problems would sort out and they'd get free. So,
Understood.
I'm more than capable of fighting them if I have to, but I just choose not to. I prefer to not. But I would talk to Rio whenever I run into him. Or if I run into Darius again, I'll see what I can get sorted.
Understood. Appreciate it. John will kind of pull back and he'll just say, I don't know if both of you are into sparring, but if you're ever in the mood, feel free to hit me up. Both of you look like interesting warriors to spar against.
Let's go right now. I've been itching for a fight.
Uh,
The panda stands up.
John would definitely look as surprised and he'll just say, actually, would you mind giving me a couple of days? It's just that...
You see Julius has put his head in his hand and sort of, you. God damn it. God damn it, you got the panda riled up. Fuck.
John would say, yeah. Look, I'm more than welcome to spar with you. It's just that I will... This is gonna be really, really fucking weird to explain, so please bear with me here.
Uh-huh.
In a few days, I might become a half elemental, half a species that's usually good at fighting others.
Okay.
So my point being is, I would like to learn how to fight once
Okay.
it happens.
Okay.
John kind of looks at him like, wait, really? You're okay with it? I thought it sounded weird.
You see the panda and just go, alright. So when?
Give me at least 2 or 3 days, and I'll come find you.
Ah, fine. He sits down.
I would just kind of stand there for a minute, blink. I would have mentioned he had like both of his hands kind of upwards in front of him, like, whoa, stop, after he got up initially.
I mean, it was that thing of when he stood up, because when people are sitting, they're a little bit shorter than they naturally would be. So he was, like, Mill was about eye level with you, John. Because John, you're about 5'2", if I remember correctly. 5'3", 5'2", somewhere in there.
I think, yeah, close enough.
Yeah, you like he was slouching and he was about at your height. When he stood up, you realized very quickly, it's like, oh shit, he is nearly 7 feet tall. Like he is he is a big bastard.
Alright. For my last thing, I was thinking about in the tavern. Are any of John's sisters here?
Let me roll. I had to go for them.
I figure probably not, but might as well check, because...
They are not. They are somewhere else. I had to roll.
Okay, gotcha, because I was thinking if they are and I didn't ask, that'd be awkward.
Yeah, just ignore your siblings. That's fine.
Exactly.
They won't hold that against you for the rest of your existence.
Exactly. You
Siblings
get
would be
it.
petty enough to do that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
As someone who's literally the youngest brother of with 3 older siblings, I can absolutely confirm this to be true.
Yes.
Anyway,
Oh.
yeah, that's the last thing I wanted to do at the tavern, so I'll head out.
Cool. I just love the idea of you being like, any of y'all up to doing? Yes, now, let's go. I've wanted to fight for a while. It's a fucking... You offered a duel to the panda who's been locked up for years.
Let's hope he doesn't kill you.
Yeah, well, maybe, well, I'll worry about that later.
Yeah, you'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
It'll
yeah,
be fine.
yeah. I'll be
It's
fine.
fine. You'll be
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah, it's all good.
So,
You won't
meanwhile,
die.
Rio,
Mm-hmm.
he walks up to fucking Williams, and I rolled for this, and luckily enough, man, you get here before the afternoon sermon starts.
Nice.
So you don't have to wait a goddamn hour.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, so as you walk up, you'd see Williams is standing there, like, watching people walk up, like, with a smile of, yes, it's working. It's just a fucking, like...
Oh, God. Yeah, he just walked and just go, Williams, how are you doing?
"Hmm? Oh, Rio, good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
It is going grand."
And how's Spike?
Well, he would motion you, as you can see, he's not on my shoulder. I can't carry him on my shoulder anymore. I've
That's fair.
never been one of the stronger people, so
Hmm.
he moves around on his own now, so he's big enough where people can't miss him.
That's good.
You would just hear a croak. Just a giant croak as you look down, as there is about 1.5 feet tall, about 1 foot wide frog.
Hell yeah.
That Spike is sitting there with like 18 little dots where his pupil would be. Instead of just
yeah.
one dot, no, many dot.
Hell yeah. I feel like you just kind of pat him on the head and just go, how you doing, Spike?
Croak. He's doing great.
It's good to see. I'm guessing if we can keep this up without causing any problems, Spike will eventually be able to reach the godhood to some degree.
Oh, yes.
Good.
You would also see that there's a small slit starting to form on like the bottom side of Spike's jaw.
Yeah.
That slowly seems to be getting slightly wider as he gets bigger. It
Yeah.
seems to have little bits of teeth. Almost like it's like an outer jaw for his inner jaw.
Huh.
Yeah, as you put him down the more monstrous path, and that's starting to slowly become more and more visible. The bigger and bigger he gets.
Yeah.
So you would just see Williams go, well, at this point, he's more than capable of killing a man.
That's good to see. Well, Spike, it's good to see that you're doing well and Williams is doing well as well. I don't think I have much to really say for today, but just wanted to check on you, make sure you're coming along smoothly.
Williams will put his hand on your shoulder like, and believe me, I've killed no one.
Good.
He says that with a smile, as if that's an accomplishment.
You just go, well, if you excuse me, I need to go talk with Darius now, just about a lot of things, honestly.
Oh, yeah. I know that the groups, that's different. Of the large orderings of groups, I know that there was someone. I remember this because I walked by the infirmary. There was someone there who was in really bad condition.
Well, maybe I'll head there then first. It might be good to check on them.
I don't remember who it was. I don't check that often because I'm often busy.
No, it's fair. Well, I appreciate you letting me know. I'll stop by the infirmary on my way to Darius if that's the case.
Wondrous. Well, happy to let you know. And you hear like I had it just kind of popped in my head. I figured I do things. I figured I could be slightly more helpful than just helping Spike here.
I appreciate that. I mean, if you ever want to try and help, there's always the demons as well that can always use a little bit of a power boost from time to time. I know Kravix is well on his way to becoming a 9th level.
Well, if I get everything sorted with Spike and I don't die in his full transformation, which is more than possible,
Sending something to godhood often takes sacrifice.
Yes, I can understand.
So I may die, or, if permitted, someone else might. But if you are unwilling to let anyone else, I will more than happily put myself on that chopping block.
If I'll be honest, there are people that are contributing less than you. And I know it may sound rude, but in the long scheme of things, the ones that do nothing are useless to me.
Well, that's good to hear.
Obviously, if nobody has to die, I'd prefer that, but if there has to be sacrifice, obviously, hold off until I get here and let me run it by Darius, but...
I will try my best to control it, but when that evolution hits, there's only so much I will be able to do to slow
Understood.
it down.
I'll bring it up with Darius so he knows ahead of time.
Think of it like a snowball. We've started the snowball, now it's just to see when it hits the wall.
Understood. Well, I'll
have
see you then.
concerns.
And
What's up, Anya?
I have concerns.
Don't worry about Williams.
I had back in like episode
No,
4
no.
or 5. Huh? But
He
episode
said
4... Oh.
he said he hasn't killed anybody.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
he also said that the
Spike.
Spike is more than capable of killing people. How does he know this? Who is Spike killed?
Don't worry about it. And... nom nom.
Oh, nom.
I am concerned.
Brainstem for furthering growth.
Hello, Rena.
No. No one knows if Spike's killed anyone. If he did, they wouldn't be there. Their body would never be found.
Yep.
Sing.
I love how the mic is almost just breaking up almost with every single fucking word she's saying right now.
It's so high pitched.
Yeah, the high pitch is actually breaking the mic.
Okay, but continuing. John, are you alright with Ryu finishing up with the infirmary? Do you have something else?
I will probably just try to find Rio super fast just to mention the prisoner thing, so he knows about the tavern for later if he wants to.
Okay, so
Fair.
you'd probably head to go ahead and give me, you'd reasonably guess he's probably heading to Darius at some point, so you'd probably just head there
Got
so you
it.
can catch him. So Rio,
Mhm.
you get to head to the infirmary. Do you poke your head in?
Yeah, I poked my head in.
Alright, so you would be seeing the doctor, you know, everyone's favorite doctor.
Yeah.
That lady, she's like, alright, you should be more than good to go.
Mm-hmm.
You're all good. As you would be seeing that the emperor, the emperor of Sekiro, which that kingdom,
Yeah.
you would be seeing him, which is you can give me a history check on seeing him.
Alright.
That's to see what you remember. And it's not a hard check to remember who he is.
Nah, that's fair. I did not roll very well though. That's a dirty 14.
All right, so you would be able to remember his name.
Okay. Which, to be fair, he's been locked away in prison for 4 years, so...
Yeah.
Alright, so we're looking at Emperor Furman and his Draculan Serpent. He has his Draculan Serpent that is green and it's shaped like an eel with little thingies sticking out of his back. I don't know what that is. And then you have him, who is like... He's kind of like a palish, grayish skin. He has this, like, black kimono that he seems to be wearing. But he's not wearing it properly, because, like, his entire
be wearing it.
Oh, okay.
He would be wearing it properly.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, that's fucking crazy. To just not have it covering your chest and your torso. Yeah, so he's
No.
wearing this black kimono with like the inner cloth being like kind of like a beigeish white. And something to mention that about this kimono, it goes from head to toe, obviously, or shoulder to toe, technically speaking. But he also has these like samurai like guard pads that are built into it, like armor-wise. They're way bigger than what they normally would be because it's built directly into the robe by the looks of it.
Yeah. It
So,
was
yeah.
known that Furman, you would know that Furman is a Goliath,
That would check with the skin.
and he was formerly a general for the former emperor, and he became more like a tyrant. He controlled that kingdom with an iron fist, and he lived for a long ass time.
Yeah.
He controlled the Mountain Dynasty. He was a little bit more aggressive about maintaining order than his predecessor was.
Yeah.
So that's what you're just generalized. Remember, you would also remember that Draculans are Draculan serpents,
Mhm.
and this is just generalized knowledge. They are one of the most venomous creatures in existence.
Understood.
The only way to tame one of these bastards is to find it when it is young
Yeah.
and either tame it then, or when it's like an adolescent and you actually have to fight it to make it obey you.
Gotcha.
So one of the two, he had to go out of his fucking way to go find this thing.
That checks. That does check.
Yeah, you would see that he's still here getting like the last of his wounds patched up,
Yeah.
which you can very much tell. He definitely fought more than a few things.
That would check.
There's also, I think, you can definitely see that his katana is sheathed and set beside his bed. And the sheath itself even looks damaged. Like, he might have had to hit a few things with that sheath. Like, it is...
Yeah.
It's very clear he had to fight for his damn life.
Now, if I remember correctly, that emperor hadn't been sent. That's the one that's still been recovering, right?
Yeah, he was the
Yeah.
one that you guys got back last trip before y'all went and collected the bodies on this last trip.
Right.
Yeah, he's been here for a bit because he had a lot of injuries.
That
Because
checks.
he's a Goliath, that takes a bit longer for him to heal.
That would check.
Yeah, and you would be seeing one person who is like got all sorts of needles in them from the doctor trying to help them,
Yep.
which is Kalele.
Yeah, Kalele. What the fuck happened to Kalele?
She looks like she is covered in wounds,
Yep.
head to toe. You can kind of see a small pile almost of like broken weapon bits.
Yeah.
They got stabbed into her and then broke.
That
The
checks.
monster swinging on her. But you wouldn't be seeing anyone else from that party here.
God.
Kalele just looks like she got fucking obliterated.
Yeah. You
Oh,
just
yeesh.
walk up to Kalele and just go, "Hey, are you good? What happened?"
You would see her eyes open as a sort of like dazed, kind of like her eyes focused. She's like, "Oh, how are you?"
Hello, Kalele.
Hi.
What happened? You shouldn't be this
Fighting.
banged up.
Fighting. I
Did
had
you
to. We got caught, so I had to fight the horde while they got the bodies.
Everyone's still good, right?
Oh, they're fine. I'm the only one that's hurt.
Understood.
I took it upon myself. So I got a little bit more hurt than I would normally have liked.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's the whole horde. You are a Titan, but you're not invincible.
No, unfortunately, I'm working on that.
We'll get there. We'll get there. I've got a question for you, by the way, since I have you here.
She kind of like almost like tilts her head back to look up at you, like it's sort of,
Holy shit, the Titan had to look up at Ryu.
Yeah, because she's on her back.
I know, but shush. He would just go, Do you by chance know of any Titans that might still be slumbering? I figured if there's anyone that would know, it might be you.
I'll actually roll her history check.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. There was a Titan that lived in Pran.
I can't get to that.
But I think it lived in the ocean. So it might have
Well.
just wandered off after the boom happened.
Might need to get in contact with a certain pirate then, see if you can keep an eye out for them, if that's the case.
That's the one I know for sure existed. It liked to swim. So it liked being in the water.
Understood.
Kind of an oceanic Titan that didn't need to breathe.
Interesting.
Um.
John would hate
Well-
that.
Oh yeah, it loved water. It also was a big fan of lightning. So its favorite thing was to grab ships that made it mad,
And
douse them in water, and then
yeah.
electrocute them.
yeah, I had a feeling.
It was a very friendly Titan. It was considered like a guardian of Pran, at least the old Pran, before
Things happened.
a certain wood elf took it over and
Yeah.
made the Titan
yeah.
leave, from what I remember.
Yes. Right. So, if that's only one, then I guess just if any other ones come to your mind, please do let me know, because the last thing we need is other Titans becoming corrupted. That's not a fun fight.
Well,
That being
So-
said,
can we pause real quick? There's something that's come up.
understood.
Oh, there.
We're back. Just had to go
I-
deal with some stuff.
Sorry, that
Life.
fucking came out of left field. Life kicked my door off its hinges, literally.
Yeah. Oh man.
Damn near. Why
That-
you go sleep?
Damn. Who? What?
Oh, you going to bed?
Damn. Night. She even say night to me.
Good night.
Night. Damn.
You're gonna get night from everybody.
You get a night from the comment section. Oh
Okay.
man. Alright, yeah, so I guess I'm leaving the infirmary.
Cool. So you found out that apparently Kalele got the shit kicked out of her.
Yep. Now we check.
Yeah. So now what? Alright, so now John, you and Ryu would make it to Darius.
Yep.
About the same time. So Rio, you look up. Yet again, there's fucking John. He's back.
Why is
Again.
he back?
Just wanted to let you know I had a quick run-in with a prison guard and a couple of prisoners at the tavern.
Alright.
Well,
I'm
bye.
guessing. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Don't
guess they're
just
the people from
leave.
Merton. And.
he'll just give you like a thumbs up casually as he walks away.
Alright.
Oh boy.
I was hoping to I'm assuming this will probably be like near the end of the day, probably around this point.
Maybe.
I was just thinking of just having John return back to his room and just getting his god stuff just stocked out. Just quick check up the Solar King, Lantern Keeper, and probably Throwoff too.
Okay, I can be completely honest with you. Everything the Lantern Keeper would have wanted to tell you about, we already did that. Got to
Got
talk
it.
to him in the
So-
zone.
I will talk to the Solar King in that case first.
Okay, we will quickly knock that out, and then we'll deal with
Darius will take a
Rio.
bit, probably. Yeah, so.
yeah, Rio
feel
and
free to.
Darius.
Gotcha.
Oh boy, here we go. Alright. Solar King. You appear in his you appear walking through the doors again. You're back again.
I don't think I will get used to that sensation. transporting to a god's domain really is a funky feeling each time. Anyways, hello Solar King. How are you today?
Greetings. And you would then hear, I want to mention, John, you would then hear from behind you, just like almost a whisper in your ear.
All
It
right.
really is. It's always very weird.
Acrid, can I get another DC for a wisdom save?
This one was out of fucking left field, and you really wouldn't have been expecting it, so 16.
Got it, 1 minute. Funnily enough, that's a nat 20.
Cool. Do you look over your shoulder?
I will.
Alright, you're seeing this kitsune who's standing directly behind you.
Got it.
And she actually has a physical form. So she actually, like, lives on this ship.
Got it. So the kitsune would notice John just perfectly calmly turning his head towards her. And he'll just say, "Oh, hello there. I believe you're new. Well,
No.
To my brain, at least. Who are you?"
Follower the Solar King.
Same.
I work on his ship.
Nice, nice.
I'm Aru. Hi. I
Speaking
haven't
of-
been permitted to go to the land yet.
Speaking
I'm working
of
on getting
Aru,
that.
this is like a pale-skinned kitsune, you said?
Yep.
Pale-skinned kitsune with silver hair that is like braided and is draped across the shoulders. Probably goes down to like it probably would have gone halfway down the back, but basically just only goes down like, I mean, because the majority of it's braided. Only the braided bits go down to like that area. The rest is like not really going that far. And then a black and white shirt, like robe, essentially, that she's wearing it, from my understanding, with like golden shoulder pads.
Yep. She also has like piercing golden eyes.
Yep.
That kind of shine. But yeah, she'd be like, I'm working on getting permitted to go to the surface so I can help.
Ah, lovely. When you do, feel free to look me up. I'll be more than happy to help you get settled, now that I've had plenty of experience of the surface world.
Don't worry, I can track you just fine.
Okay, sounds good.
She walks
Wait,
away.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Bye.
I'll just nervously turn to the Solar King, who I'm assuming is just like standing there, and
He's
I'll
just sitting in his chair, man. Like, he's just here. You just gotta watch that.
I'll just turn to him and I'll just say, "What did she mean by that?"
That is Aru. She is one of my solar trackers.
Oh, okay.
She is quite adept at finding people.
If I had a quota for every time someone said that they know where to find me, I'd have two. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened within like 1 day within each other, in the span of each other.
That I would believe, considering the gods you connect yourself with.
Weird. Anyways, hi. How
Hello.
are you doing? It's been a minute.
It's going. Were you successful in the 2 missions I gave you? I've been waiting for an answer.
Right. So, I'm gonna speak as a player really quick.
Uh-huh.
This might have filled me in that I might have misunderstood the elf one.
Yes. I realized a problem.
Yeah, one day when we were just being roommates. So, John would just say, yep, Cece, she has been safe. And the elf lady, she knows about you now, so yes.
Have you recruited her?
John's eyes suddenly just kind of go blank. As he'll just say, I think there's a chance I might have misunderstood the mission.
The Solar King would lean forward in his chair a bit. And he would just go,
then I'd recommend rectifying that.
Yes, I can absolutely do that. So just to be clear, you want me to bring her to you, right? Not just tell her about you?
Here's go. Basically, I want you to do what the Solar Priest did for you and recruit her to our ranks.
John looks... It's like that same doneness John had earlier, and he'll just say, I greatly apologize for that. That's on me. I probably should have asked to be more specifics.
You see the Solar King as he's leaning forward, looking at us. Everyone gets one. That's your one. I'd get to that. And he'd snap his fingers as you're sent back to your body.
Fun.
And that's what John's gonna go handle now, because he's got a timer on his head.
Fun.
As you kind of got to see how the Solar King acts when you are bordering on failing a quest. He's neutral. He's very nice normally, but if you get on his nerves, he can get very harsh. He's still the same god that'll glass a planet. So
If my memory is correct, the elf, I believe, was part of one of the missing groups, I believe.
That's the concerning bit. There's a shot they made their way back, because they did find these tracks. So, crossing my fingers, she's still alive.
yes.
Oh dear.
So now we're gonna cut to Ryu as John exits the fucking tavern at Mach 2.
Yeah, that whole thing of not being part of when Rio checks up with everyone, with all the groups when they come back, yeah, no, that's... I don't think I even need to say it.
Alright, so John, you're dashing to get over there to make sure that Elmira, which is the girl you need to recruit, is still alive.
Yes.
Because if she's dead, that's a fail on you.
Uh-oh.
Which, as the Solar King has mentioned, everyone gets one. Of no consequences, basically.
So, there's still a chance to at least...
Not have to use your one fail.
Alright, got it.
Yeah, that's the perk of working with a neutral god. They don't, they'll tend to give you one fuck up, at least earlier on.
Uh-huh.
But once you start doing a lot of missions, they're like, alright, you shouldn't fuck up.
Got it.
Yep.
Alright, so, getting back over to Darius, who has his hands full with all the bullshit he's having to micromanage.
Yep. Alright, I walk up to Darius.
Alright, Darius looks up. And it's the thing, you see his head almost... It's that thing of you're definitely seeing some time distortion going on here.
Yeah.
As you'd see him working and organizing papers and setting up, you'd see like his arms are... He has 4 arms and he has 2 different heads.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's almost like he's doubled his speed almost. So you're seeing like 2 versions of him working at the same time.
That's fair, that's fair.
And then you would see it just kind of snap together as you walk up. And he just goes, oh, good, Ryu, you're here.
Yep, I'm here. Alright.
Welcome.
Get a chair. And he just pulled out a chair. He just goes, sit down, let's do this. And he just pulls out another chair and sits down.
You see Darius look at the chair. Then he stands there a moment, and then he's in the chair. As if he paused time a moment so he can just get in the chair.
Weird flex, but okay.
Oh, God, he's tired. And also, something that Ryu would be able to tell is when... He's very rare he's seen Darius this tired.
Yeah.
But when he does get this tired, his time magic seems to get a bit more out of control. Like, time will pause randomly.
Yeah.
Because he's just like, fucking hell. He's not putting as much energy into keeping it under control. Which means he is very tired right now of what he's been having to micromanage.
Yep, that's fair.
He will go,
Well, it's good you're back. I've got all the information for you on your groups.
Mm-hmm.
The Underdark is here. The ocean has shown up.
Alright.
It's just a fucking just sigh.
They all came at once.
The Underdark is currently filling up the safe area underneath us.
Well, before you mention that, I will mention this to you. I have a person that we saved recently in Goldcrest that we found. We didn't even know they were there.
Oh?
I'm going to have her lightly help you on the side of also helping set up defenses.
Oh.
She's an aberrant mimic, so social understanding is a little lacking. But she's, for an aberrant mimic, or honestly the majority of people, I'd say she's probably one of the smarter people I've had to deal with.
Is she as bad as Psyche?
She's better than Psyche.
Alright, I can work with this. Just
Her name's
fucking-
Stella.
I will keep my eyes out for her then. Ugh.
Yeah. She'll also help with some of the other things, like I know she's going to be mediating to deal with Nin and Sin, which is the aberrant gods. So,
Yin and Nin. So yes,
yeah,
those two.
yes.
Well, I have all the information for you on your groups if you care for it, or you can go talk to them yourselves.
It'd be
I can
good to
call them
have
over,
the
they can explain
information.
it. Alright, let me... Oh god, where's the paper? He just... it's just...
Or do you want me to go deal with them so you can actually handle this? Handle all the other things you're having to deal with? Would that be better for you?
I will...
Hey, Acrid, side note, is there windows in this building?
Don't break the window. We're running low on resources, man.
Darius more often than not works outside, so he's closer to people. You would just see he was like, you know what? Here's what we'll do. You can head over to that pavilion. There's the pavilion over there, and I'll just call all the groups over there, and they can talk to you.
That'd probably be better for your own sake.
You see that look of you would see him look up, and it's that look of I need a break from fucking people.
You just go, well, either way, with Stella coming into play, you should be able to actually get some breaks in between.
Hopefully.
Hopefully so.
You would just see here like, I've been running myself a bit ragged. We're running low on... We're out, basically, of any materials for Smiths.
Mm-hmm.
And, Zelvic. We're out completely, basically. They've been working off scraps. Food supply isn't great. Water supply isn't great. Morale is... Morale is, it goes up and down depending on what the fuck happens that day.
Yes, I understand there's a lot of more problems that are coming into play here. I have the groups on the side when they're going through the towns. I'm going to have them start scavenging. Which is something we should have done earlier, but with all the franticness, nobody thought about it.
No.
I'm going to have them think, and actually when they're going through towns, and this includes my own groups, we're going to be checking for resources. That means food, materials that can be used for smithing, anything.
There was one man that came by and he delivered a giant shipment of fish. I don't know where he got the fish, but he showed up out of nowhere.
I know exactly who you're talking about. He's a good man, and he seems to be on good terms with Venick.
Desmond, I think, was his name.
That's his name, yes. That would check.
I've never seen a man be willing to fight with a fishing rod, but...
Indeed.
I've now seen it.
Well, on the bright side, I also have some good news that might help us in the long run, and we might be able to use this to our advantage. Remember how I told you about Stella and the whole aberration gods?
Yes.
Luckily, they seem to have the ability to be able to take any of the smaller, weaker aberrations and uncorrupt them. And we can use those aberrations. Stella herself actively has a aberrant dog that was corrupted. that is now working with her. If we can use those, we might be able to create a pack of people just for hunting.
Well, in that instance, I'd talk to the two of them probably first.
Mhm.
Out of the lot of your gods. I know you have a lot of them, but
Yes,
getting that organized first.
it would be good.
Yes.
I do plan to handle them first, and as well as contacting 2 other new gods before dealing with my current ones.
Grand.
Because I have to deal with a sentient cheese wheel of a god,
Oh.
from what I've
why?
heard.
Why?
We
Why,
have
Algonzo?
followers. We have people who follow him, and he's actually proven to be useful. And the other one is one that you might know simply because of Black Eye. He's known as Emozen, the Destroyer.
Actually, let me think. He came up recently. It wasn't even Black Eye that mentioned him. Right, that's it. I remember now. Do you? It's been a while, so you probably don't, which is completely understandable. Do you remember that girl you found that had a hole through her chest?
Hole in the chest. Right, yes. Brought her back in a cart, correct?
Yes. I don't think you got her name.
I don't
And
think I did.
I can't quite off the top of my head remember it. You know, something about it with everything else. Fuck, I need to manage.
Yes, sir.
Names kind of slipped their mind a bit. Yeah, I talked to her because I saw her talking with Black Eye in a much more casual conversation that I haven't seen someone do other than, like, Enna. Because
It's
she
been a minute.
knows him. I questioned her because I was curious as to how she knew Black Eye. And next thing I'm told by her is that she is a follower of Emozen, and she knew Black Eye for a bit now. So apparently, you saved a follower of the Destroyer without knowing it.
So that's in our favor.
That's very much in your favor, from what I've understood from her. Emozen is incredibly picky. And she said that not to boast about herself, and she phrased it more in a way that she feels lucky to have been picked.
Yes, I understand. Well, that's good news for us.
Indeed.
Right, there's one other thing I want to mention to you, which is concerning resources and the way things are being run. I also have an idea of how we might be able to get a little bit of a load off of you. There are obviously commoners who are going around and are simply, to be frank, they're just trying to live normal lives. They're just doing their everyday thing, like as if nothing fucking has happened. Because let's be honest, despite it being an apocalypse, there's bound to be some people that won't actually take the time to try and contribute. Let's make use of those people.
Oh boy.
We can have 3 sections. We need morale, right? We need food, right? We need resources, and actually a 4th section. You need help. So, we have some intelligent people working with us, and I know just a man who has run an organization before. Zelvic. And right now he has nothing better to do. Until we get him those resources, which we will be sending out some groups this go around to get some resources. So I propose the idea, rounding up some commoners, and hell, if we find some genuinely useful people, all the better. Essentially, round people up and set up 4 groups. One dedicated to basically going out to the sea and getting a hold of any form of fishing done. Fishing is probably going to be one of our best chances to get any proper food sources in, because vegetables, they take time to grow. Fish can come easily. So fishing,
Alright.
and then getting another group that can go into the underground. I'm not saying for them to go out of the safe zone, but there is an area, from my understanding, the safe zone does go a bit underground. We can use that area as a mining area. So send a group
Alright.
of people, make them useful. We can send another group to simply learn to boost the morale. In other words, Zelvic can send them to... Have you met Emmy?
Oh,
A
that
good friend
girl.
of mine. In fact, actually, I'll get a hold of her a different day. But Emmy might be able to steer
Isn't
them
she-
in the right direction of helping boosting people's morale.
Isn't that a dancer from Hazir's group? If I remember correctly.
No, she's actually in the emergency group with Zelvic. We met her when we met Murko.
Ah,
Mhm.
right. She's from a friend of, 2, I believe.
Indeed. Murko or Chu. Yes. And that last group, this is something that I'd rather Zelvic, after picking his choices, you can go through that group, and if there's anybody that you find useless, obviously don't take them. Figure something out with them, obviously. But for the leftover people, give them a job. Give them the job of helping you. So it's not just you.
All right.
Pick out the people that you think will be useful.
I like this idea.
Indeed. And for the ones that, after all that picking, seem to be of no use, it's simple. We have a few people that are not allowed to leave the zone unless, we allow them. I have a specific person in mind, actually, that might be able to make use of them. Do you know of Chief Mecha? She is the leader of the old clan that Rashi was once a part of.
Ah, right.
Have
I think I heard.
them train for combat under her.
Ah, all right.
Make them useful.
Understood.
Good. This will make it easier for you, and it takes less stress off of everybody, and then it raises morale in the process. There's no loss to this.
All right. You would see, you really see that thing of he's just like, all right, I don't got much else to say.
Yeah.
You would see him go, no. And you would see him snap, and there's that moment of Ryu, because of your reality magic,
Mm-hmm.
you definitely feel time pause.
Yeah.
For like a solid second. Like,
Yeah.
it is. And then it was like, and that should be every leader of your groups on their way to the pavilion.
Good.
And they'll be able to tell you who's injured, who's not. I know there's a fair number of them that are hurt that aren't over at the infirmary because it's not bad enough where they need to be at the infirmary.
Of course, of course.
Kalele, I think, was one of the few that it wasn't her choice because, from what I understand, Trixie dropped her off at the infirmary.
Understood. Right, one last thing. There are two people that have been going, well, not two people. A person and then a group of 3 that has been going in repeatedly without any rests because it wasn't affecting them, the sanity thing, but it has slowly started to finally start affecting them. So they want to take a break for this round. If you need anything for right now, until you get that proper group of people that can help you, because I'm imagining it'll take some time for Zelvic to help you out before he can get you the final herd of selection choices. Make use of them. They might not be... He kind of like stops. And just... It's that moment of like... They're not as smart as you might want them to be. But they are genuinely good-hearted, and if you give them right idea of what you want, I'm sure they can get it done.
Alright. Is that the triplets that are normally tailing you?
Triplets and Noki.
Ah, understood.
Yes. Anyways, make sure, just tell them what you want done for tomorrow. And take the day off, damn it. You don't have a choice in this. If I see you walking around tomorrow trying to do your job, I will shank you. This is not an option.
And I'll just pause time until I get by you. Have a good day, Ryu.
I will know you did it.
You just see that smile, just that knowing smile. I know. That's why I said that.
Yeah.
Like,
I definitely feel like it's one of those things where he fucking smacks him in the back of his head before he walks off. Like, yeah, go fuck yourself.
yeah, that is. Fucking Darius is a good person, but God, he's there. Like, it's that weird thing of Ryu can definitely tell. Like, he might give himself a heart attack if he's not fucking careful.
Yep, that's why he was like, no, take tomorrow off. You're going to. This is not an option. There's actual health risks.
I will be totally honest with you guys. Fun fact: this fucking apocalypse has been going for, like 130 something days.
Yep, that's a few months at this point.
Darius has not taken a day off.
Yep.
Like, he has been working to keep the fucking the safe zone working and functioning
Yep.
for the last 130 something days, and he's been having to micromanage all of it by himself. And he's just sitting like, oh, I'm gonna die.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh man.
That's nearly 5 months of no days off.
Yeah. Oh man, but yeah.
Oh god. So yeah, then as Ryu would walk over, he would see John running up to the pavilion with this expression of
Hey, wait, Acrid.
Huh.
I have an idea for a retcon if you're interested.
Depends.
When Ryu gets to the pavilion, could
Pavilion.
John just have already casted Fly and literally just fall in front of Ryu out of seemingly nowhere?
Are you landing face first or are you landing feet first?
Face first.
Okay, so Ryu,
Mm-hmm.
you look over and you just see this small little divot in the ground.
Yeah.
John's just in the divot as you walk by.
You just hear just a high pitched.
I definitely feel like his fly concentration ended because he got too stressed, which caused him to slam into the ground.
Yeah, I like that. I like that explanation actually.
Because if I would be honest, this is an actual thing with spellcasters. If you're overly stressed as a character,
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest, you might just not be able to focus. So John might have been flying for a good 2 minutes, and then he just was like, "God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fail," and then just bang. It just...
Oh god. Yeah, no, that's
Like,
fair. That's
He
fair.
was like, I'm gonna get hurt. He's gonna be mad, and then just like a fucking death spin for a plane just into the ground, just fucking crashed.
Oh man.
John would just get up. He'll take a minute to look for Ryu, despite him standing very close by. And he'll just say, "Oh, wait, yeah, groups. Have you had anything with the groups yet?"
Not yet. They should be here any second now.
Oh, good. I changed my mind. I've suddenly decided I'm going to hear about it too.
He kind of just squints.
So,
Who'd
I
you
like-
fuck up with? What'd you do?
so Ryu would see.
Oh, never mind.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. Go ahead, John.
No, actually, I think it's funnier. That's when the groups come in after Ryu asks that question.
Well, the person who walks up isn't one of the group leaders. It's
Oh.
someone completely different. That John wouldn't actually know who this is, but she's walking up straight towards Ryu.
Okay.
Which is Thuy, the fucking half Tarrasque girl.
Yeah, Thule. Yeah, she's gonna be part of our next party, right? He looked at Thule and just go, right. How you doing, Thule?
Breathing, fresh air, for once.
Is it nice?
It's different.
Do you feel okay?
She looks down at her skin, which has a slight bit of burnt from a sunburn from probably her just being outside for a bit too long.
Yeah.
And you just see her look down at her arm. She goes, "I don't know what this is."
That's called sunburn. If you stand out in the sun too long and your skin isn't used to it, and eventually it will become used to it. But for now, you're just going to get kind of burned a little, so your skin isn't quite adjusted to it.
You see that the fucking slit of her eyes just kind of narrow as she looks up at the sun as if she's gonna fight it.
You
It's
can't
not fucking-
fight
I'm
that.
going-
It's a ball of
going-
gas.
Then
Gotta look at the sun.
I'm a fight the whatever. I want to mention, John, something you would be noticing around this girl's neck. She is 7'3", so she's towering over both of you. There around her neck is a little metal band that just has a small blinking red light.
Yep.
Can I do a check on that?
Yeah,
I
you
think
can go ahead and give me an Arcana check, sure.
Yeah, I think that warrants an Arcana check. From John
Haven't we
Sean.
already gotten an answer on this, or am I wrong on that? I thought...
I think Ryu has.
Yeah, Ryu has, yeah. Which that is something I gotta go back and talk with Zelvic about. That is... But I needed her with me, that's why I didn't mention it to Zelvic straight away.
18.
Yeah, so John, you don't know much about what the fuck that is because you've never seen one before. But you get the feeling that that collar definitely has explosive runes carved in it.
Yep.
That cannot be deactivated. And from what it seems, you know the glyph of warding spell? That you can just hold constant. Basically, this girl has like what probably nets out to probably about 10 glyphs of warding and 10 delayed blast fireballs.
Yep.
Got it.
At like the 9th level each around her neck. So basically, at any point, somebody, whoever the fuck has the detonator, can just say, "You don't exist anymore,"
Boom.
and detonate her head.
Yep.
Got it. I think how John would kind of react to this is his eyes would widen as he gets into kind of a defensive stance, as it's kind of obvious from his body language he's realized what that is. And he'll just say, not to be rude or anything, but why do you have that on you?
I would also mention, I'm going to re-preface this because I realized I just fucked up in how I was explaining that. This necklace, and this is something that Ryu also figured up with just his with his Arcana too, just looking at it. Because I think Ryu has expertise, so his Arcana is fucking insane.
Yeah.
You guys would recognize that she has about 10 plus glyphs of warding that are at the max level that do acid damage each. So that it's like, oh, it's not explosive, it's just acid that'll detonate her head off. You would just see the girl look. You see her eye. She looks down at you, John. She goes, "If it was up to me, I wouldn't be wearing it. But it's not my choice."
I would just kind of blink, and he'll just say, "I'm very sorry. That is unfortunate."
If it makes you feel any better, Thule, we will be getting that fixed.
I don't believe you.
Well, you should. Because unlike some other people, I live up to what I say.
No, you totally should believe Ryu. I mean, sure, he may have a case of the big frownies, but I assure you, he's probably the most reliable one around here.
You see him look at you and smile. Like, it is the most devious, aggressive fucking smile.
I would just bluntly say, "Can you go back to that expression you had earlier, please?"
There's a reason why I don't smile. And he puts it back.
Oh god.
Oh, God.
What? You don't feel safe, John?
Oh, God. There's two types of people that can smile. There's people that smile and actually looks good, and there's people that smile and it's fucking freaky as hell. And he's one of those people. But yeah, no.
Anyways, what was your name again?
Thule.
John Sean. I don't know about how your whole situation will work out, But I assure you now that I know, I'll try to help you out as well.
There's nothing you can do about it. Because you might end up with one too. If you're not careful.
Right.
As Philly would lean over you, John, and she's looking directly down at you. And because she's 7'3", she fucking can. And she just goes, "You have the smell of the person who put this on me."
I bloody what now?
Fenia.
You smell like Fenia.
I assure you I'm not friends with her in any capacity, if that's what you're getting at.
I know.
John,
You've
I
been
don't...
marked as one of her experiments, like me.
Yeah, experiment, yeah.
John, what
Yeah.
I think she's trying to say is that if you fuck up too much, you might have one of those colors on you as well.
I have this collar because I broke out several times.
I would just kind of look speechless, and it's... and that he doesn't really say anything else after that, to be honest.
You would then see, as people are walking up, you would see Thule kind of back away from you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And you would see that slit kind of widen a bit as she would actually take several steps away from you guys.
Okay.
And she starts backing away rather quickly.
Okay.
As you guys would then hear a, "Oh. Good, you guys already got acquainted." As Fenia is now
Fenia.
standing behind you.
Morning, Fenia, or afternoon, night, who cares?
Yeah, it's my morning.
It's your morning, it's my night, it's his afternoon, and it's time to die. Alright, hey, so what's going on? What do you need, Fenia?
Well,
hello.
hi, John.
Hello.
Don't worry, don't have your
Yeah.
thing done.
Okay, cool.
I'm still getting the chemicals all working together. Don't worry, to be ready soon. She gives you like a pat on the shoulder as if that's supposed to be comforting. It's just a fucking like.
Oh, God.
And she'll go, "Well, I've got some information for you, but I can wait until you get everything else done.
Alright.
Let's be here." And she just kind of like goes half translucent as she stands there. It's a fucking...
Fair enough.
Yeah, as you get to go deal with everyone else. As you would see come walking up, you would see Satoru and Elmira come walking up.
Okay.
You would see Laron and Amos. You would
Okay.
see Zane come walking up. And his 4 guards, and none of them look good. You would see Jinx come walking up. Because of
Yeah.
course, he was probably just closer. Mevor and Trixie, Tayu, and One Eye would all walk up to give you reports of how
Alright.
shit went.
Yeah.
And John, you would see that Elmir, the elf, is alive, so you just kind of pull her aside and get to talk to her and
Oh, thank fuck. Okay.
get her to... Yeah, no, I rolled to see if she died. That was a whole separate... That was just a thing that I just got a roll for. So I'm not going to make you do any persuasion or checks like that. You just kind of talk to her, and she just goes, "Oh, okay," and just goes and talks to the Solar King.
I would
And goes, enjoys.
I would probably add that John Shot probably has an expression of just pure desperation on his face. Like, he's trying to come across like as like, hey, check out this really cool opportunity. God's interested in you. Isn't that exciting? But then his face reads, "Please, for the love of God, say yes. Help. I need a break." Oh my god, I did damage to you with that one.
Oh god, yeah, no, it's accurate. It's accurate. That's why it's funny.
Alright, cool. Glad that's taken care of.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I'm not gonna make you like roll persuasion or anything to get her.
I appreciate that.
No problem.
some things would just work, and that was one of them. You just literally had to tell me you were gonna go talk to her, and you never did. So I was just sitting here like, oh no.
Yeah, no, I think Nitz can attest to this, but my expression probably said everything when he reminded me of what I was supposed to actually do when he brought it up the other day.
Yep. I think
Just that look of, oh shit.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I mentioned to him, I think, like, last week, I think. It was, like, somewhere within that span. 'Cause it was within the span of the fucking multi-sanity episode sessions that we did.
That was great, by the way.
Yeah, that was fun.
In that case, I'll probably give it a few days, and then I'll talk to the Solar King again,
That's fair.
just to make sure that, like, he properly cools down.
Yeah, no, it's, some days the Solar King's in a good mood, as long as nothing terrible's happened. But he seemed like he was already not in a great mood. So it's the most just like, oh, and you failed. Oh, fucking lovely. Alright. It's just...
Yeah.
Man has to micromanage a ship and is waiting for his fucking forces to show up. So it's just like, oh, god. But now you guys get to figure out what happened with fucking, the teams.
Yeah.
So, with One Eye Array, One Eye, and you would see One Eye, he also is talking with about, yeah, so you would see, Satoru and, One Eye would kind of walk forward to talk to you about what happened with them in Northbury.
Okay.
You would find out that they got fucking ambushed.
Oh.
That checks.
Is they would reveal that there was an entire monster ambush that had been set up.
Shit.
And One Eye would be like, and it seemed to all have been being run by some fucking skeleton.
Skeleton?
I don't know, but he was wielding a sword. Never seen him before.
Did he have a very rusted sword?
Yes.
John, we didn't fucking kill him completely. The bastard.
You would see Satoru as he's sitting there. You see it's almost like a fucking light bulb. As he's just like, I thought I fucking recognized him. He is a fucking
Yep.
Oh, God, the rest. Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Today on the Sanity Campaign, John's optimism is being tested.
As you guys find out that Rusty still lives because Skeleton. You would find out that One Eye was like, I came out fine. Fig is. I don't think he can walk right now.
Is he in the infirmary? I didn't see him.
No, he's not.
Why?
He didn't want to be.
Too fucking bad.
Yeah.
You
no,
haul his ass into there.
I will. I gotta find him.
Good.
He did the
Can I,
honey badger thing and went and hid so he could heal.
Let me, can I help you out? Me and Fig have house. I might be able to help talk some sense into him.
I watched that fucking... He tried to keep the skeleton busy while we were fighting all the forces.
Bad idea.
Well, the thing was, it was all started off because there was a dog that was in the middle of the road, and we decided to kill it as we were trying to clear out any monsters we ran into that didn't seem that scary.
Oh, they tried that trick with us as well. I'm pretty sure.
Yes,
yeah.
The dog let out a howl, and suddenly everything and its grandmother was on us.
Yep. They tried similar thing, except I managed to silence it. So it couldn't say a damned word.
You can just see One Eye just give that look of, boy, that's just fucking nice. You can definitely tell it's not him trying to be fucking, pessimistic or a dick.
Yeah.
But it's really just that, like, ain't that nice? God, I wish I could do that.
To be honest, next time, while yes, it is a corrupted, it's still an aberration at the end of the day. If you shoot it in the throat, you should be able to silence it.
I will bear that in mind. you would find out that Array, she got a minor left leg injury.
All right.
One Eye would be like, I know she already got treated though, so she just needs to wait for it to heal. I think
Understood.
Fig also got his leg and arm treated. It was just more of he wasn't willing to sit on his ass all day. So eventually he just walked off somewhere, and I don't think the doctor was able to catch him, nor does she know where he went. We know he's in the town somewhere.
Well, I wouldn't waste too much time looking for him. If you can find him, good. If you can't, he'll be
pop
fine.
up once it's
Yeah.
He'll pop up once he's healed. He got checked out, which is the important part. He got his
that's
fucking
the main
leg.
bit.
Iray had to carry him in his inner tentacles because the damn skeleton broke his leg and broke his arm
Of
while
course.
they were fighting.
Rusty, or I honestly, I don't know what else to call that thing, so that's the only fucking name I can give that damn pillar. That thing, while we did manage to kill it, it proved to be rather tanky. And if I remember correctly, I think it hit pretty hard too, but I might be wrong.
It did. You would see Saturday was like, and I have more information on that same fight as well, because we were caught in it too. And it's not all good news. Solana got knocked out, but she's fine.
Understood.
I've got some new scars, so that's something at least.
That's
But I
something.
came out fine. I carried her out. Elmira, he'd point to her. She's like, and you would see her kind of take this like kind of shaky breath, which
Yeah.
would give you the idea of her lungs got knocked in a bit.
Yep.
He was like, she got knocked by one of the spiders. It hit her in the gut.
Gotcha.
And Tina won't be coming back.
Did she?
Algonzo teleported her out.
Understood.
And from what I gauged, I haven't seen her again. So,
Understood.
I think she either died or nearly died, and Algonzo is keeping her until someone comes and talks to him.
Well, I'm going to be talking with them soon, so
That's something at least.
that's something. At least she didn't
see-
die or get corrupted.
You see One Eye and Saturn just give this look of, yeah, that's our update, boss. Sorry. I said fucking
Did you at least
right.
manage to kill any leeches? Find anything scavenge-wise?
We were able to kill the leech in Northbury,
Okay.
and then as we were trying to leave, that's when we got caught in the ambush, so we just had to double back and come back.
Understood.
I wanted to push through, but I also recognized that with Fig being out and Tina being gone, we'd lost two of our main tanks,
Yes.
so there wasn't much we could do.
It is what it is.
So that is One Eye and Satyr's update. Who's up next? I don't fucking know. 1, 2, 3, 4,
We have Boyle's group.
5, 6. Boyle walked up to Boyle. He looks sad.
Yeah.
Like, he looks disappointed in himself.
You just look at Boyle and just go, from what I heard, you were doing fine, and then you chose to go for another quest and things went south. What happened?
We got there.
Mm-hmm.
It was going fine. And then it was almost like a domino effect. Just one injury propped after another.
Mm-hmm.
And we got cornered, and then Billy showed up and saved our asses. I won't lie. Theory showed up and saved us.
You're lucky.
I
Considering
know.
this was your first time into the Sanity Zone, I don't imagine that was the smartest idea to have gone as far as Goldcrest.
In honesty, I didn't intend on going beyond the outskirts, because that's where our mission led us.
Understood.
But I don't know how, but as we were searching we were trying to scavenge as well while looking.
Yes.
But some monsters got behind us.
and essentially forced us deeper into the city.
That sounds about right. With the Argonian being alive at the time, he was forcing things to fight in a more organized fashion, so most likely, between that and the commanders, things were pretty well run.
He just kind of, it's that sigh of like, everything went great in the first place, we were able to work our way around things and things went good, and then we got there and we got played by a bunch of aberrations.
Well, you still did good on your first one, it's just unlucky that you got forced in the way you did. You were unaware. Did
I
you
didn't
manage
realize...
to complete your quest in Goldcrest?
I actually, weirdly enough, I think you did it for us.
Which one was it?
We were looking for Gendas, the goblin.
Right. That's the Goblin Blood Hunter, right? The one that goes invisible. Yes, that checks.
We were looking for her, and turns out you found her, so... He just kind of, you just see that look of, thanks, boss. It's just
you're just looking to go, you did good for your first time, don't want to get you down. Trust me, we've seen people who their first run was an immediate death. So, I wouldn't beat yourself up over it. One of the people that we thought we lost on their first ever run, we found out they've been turned into a pillar. So.
You see his eyes kind of widen a bit, like a, huh?
Mm-hmm. So trust me when I say this. You did well.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Now head off. Go get some rest. R&R.
Bye. He just fucking walks off. You would see Leron walk up.
Yeah.
And you would tell that he is limping.
Mm-hmm.
As his left leg is injured. You would see him go, we succeeded.
That's
kind
good.
of. He hits you with the kind of.
You were supposed to deal with the Legion Ascot and try and scavenge.
Yes.
So, what did you find?
Well, I handed off we found a lot of materials, which I gave to the smith, but I think he's already gone through it all.
That checks.
So, we bought us some time.
You bought yourself time. That's honestly something.
I got my leg hurt, and you would see that there's like a splint around his leg.
Yeah, yeah.
And you would see he was like, Ilana got her right leg injured.
Mm-hmm.
Amos, and you would see Amos, which is on Leron's shoulders right now. You can kind of see where almost looks like almost got hit pretty fucking hard a few times.
Oh.
Yeah,
yeah. He was like, and this one should be dead, but I managed to grab him before he was killed completely.
Understood.
And then she's sleeping in the tavern right now because she got hit in the head. While we were looting, we're pretty sure our commander noticed us and launched a attack on us. So I turned around and I saw Zena just 1v an entire group.
Understood.
And I heard her basically shout, grab what we've got and let's get fucking going. And she lived, she's alive, but she got hit in the head pretty hard and her left arm kind of got messed up.
That would check.
But that's what happened to us. We did succeed, but most of what we did grab was iron and scraps and just materials.
Understood.
We did take out the leech. I think we took out one of them. We took out one. I don't know if there was more than just that one.
There, honestly, at this point, could be multiple in several different areas. I know one of the main areas we're probably going to try and clear out, hopefully within this mission, is Hivenir, because Hivenir, it's been left to sit for too long.
Fair enough.
That might be one that we deal with, personally, my group. But we'll see.
No offense, but I'd prefer you deal with it.
Yeah.
You just hear Laurent just go, no, fucking.
We also have a place
Shit's
in
rough.
Crossford we have to handle anyway, so I'm pretty sure that's on the way.
That should be. It's a little bit further out, but yes.
Yeah.
But Laurent would give you a smile and he'd limp off.
Alright.
Amos just looks annoyed.
Yeah, that's fair. That's the cat, right? The vampiric cat.
That's cat, the vampiric cat.
Who the fuck hates a cat? Go fuck yourself.
It looks like probably an arm spider tried to crush him.
Bruh. You know, I love that the cat is more durable than an arm spider. Let that be known.
That cat is built different.
Dude, I hope that thing has like a barbarian class. Like, I hope that's like his whole separate sheet. Oh god.
I haven't had to make Laurent sheet because y'all haven't partied with him.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, I know we have Mevor's group, which is the one that went to Called with the Emperor.
Yes. So you would see that Zane and the others are there. You would see, just taking one look at the elites, it's very clear, like, okay, they ran into something bad.
Yeah.
But it's the most just like, Soto has his right arm in a sling.
Yeah.
Boril has a wrap around his head and like bandaging on his left leg.
Yeah.
Century, it's very clear that Zelvic was working on him.
Yeah.
And Lethis, the Shidarkai, kind of shinobi, he's got like wrappings, like kind of, you can kind of see bandages going around his chest and around his right arm. And these all look like major injuries that they're trying to heal from.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the Emperor, Zane, is absolutely fine.
That checks.
He was untouched.
Checks.
Probably not from a lack of effort, but it was just the most, just like...
The bodyguards being bodyguards type of thing.
Yeah, they ate every bullet they had to.
Yep. That checks.
You would be able to see that Mevor is fine, and Mevor would report that Vosk got hit pretty bad on this side. Mass is fine, and Lee got an arm injury, like a small arm injury.
Why do they keep fucking up Lee? What did Lee do to y'all? Like, Lee keeps getting fucked up. Like, every time we've seen her, she has been fucked up.
Yeah, no, she's gotten fucked up every fucking time.
Dude, leave her alone.
That's just the human. She's trying her best.
Oh god, poor Lee, man.
But yeah, you would find out from them that they
Did they get the shard?
They did get the shard, yes.
Nice.
But you would see it was like you would see Mevor hand the shard over to you, Ryu.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would hear Zane go, "Now I will report this because it's a little important, just a tiny detail.
Mm-hmm.
There's a giant, colossal arm spider.
Uh-huh.
I'm guesstimating that it's probably about 25 feet tall.
Grand.
I don't know what freak of nature spawned that thing into the world, but it's the only one like it I've seen. But it was, we did not fight it.
For reasons.
Yes, they just went, I made the call for all of us that we would not be fighting it.
I think that is something we don't deal with unless we absolutely have to.
Yeah, as you guys would find out, there is apparently, for some ungodly reason, a giant fucking arm spider.
Yep.
That is just ungodly large.
Easier
for
to
no
hit.
fucking reason.
Easier to hit, but probably way fucking tankier.
Way tankier, and probably hits way harder, because it's much more like an actual titan.
Yep.
Colossal arm spider.
Gotta love them.
Yeah.
God. I think that is the last one besides Teus, but we kind of know what happened with Teus, because that was the one that we met up with.
Teu Trixie hasn't given her thing.
Right, Trixie's. Yes, you're right.
Yes.
Solaris.
Yeah, Solaris hasn't. Jinx or Trixie haven't given either of them information.
Yeah, because we had 2 groups going to Solaris, so let's get Solaris.
Yes. Yeah, so you would see,
That in the Hazier group.
Yep, which Jinx is here instead of Hazier, which you would see Hazier is walking up, and he's like, why the fuck are you here? Like, he's looking at Jinx like, why are you here? You have no reason to be here. You just chose to be here.
Oh, man.
He probably wasn't told to be here. He just saw people gathering and said, oh, why not?
Fair.
You would see that, you would find out that Hazier he came out just a few scratches, but mostly fine. Hadler was absolutely fine. Didn't even get hit once.
Gotcha.
And Hazier would even note, he's like, I don't know where you found this lich. Just motions.
In a
fucking genius. He was like, I don't know where. What did you say you were doing before this? Raiding Vothran for the fun of it.
Yep.
I wanted to take over. Hasn't worked yet, but I'll get there. And you just see Hazier go, right. Yeah, no, it fucking shows. This bastard's terrifying. It just
Yep.
like, alright.
Did you and the group, I know I've talked with Kalele, but did you manage to get the corpses of the rulers out?
Yes.
Good.
We did. We managed to get the Emperor and his wife out. Like the Queen. Those their 2 bodies, because after them was immediately Furman, and he's still alive.
There goes Dylan. Yep. Bro, they ringing that doorbell. They really ringing that one. Yeah.
He was like, Trixie, and
Yep.
you would see Trixie just go, Trixie was like, I'm fine. I got a little new scratch, but that's not much. Fossil is fine. Dr. Mist is completely fine.
That checks.
And Kalele nearly died trying to keep the monsters from entering the crypt while we were in there.
Yes, I heard about that. I already checked on her, so I already know her side of the story. So you don't need to tell me on that, but...
Yeah, I can tell you that, I'm glad she shrunk herself before she fell unconscious.
Yes. Yeah, that's for the best.
Yeah, she, there's a small mountain of bodies now that makes a small wall. So that's
That checks. I would expect that from a Titan.
Yeah, but I think the fact that there was 5 commanders working together kind of fucked with her a bit.
Yeah, that would make a difference.
Yeah.
Well, if that's all, and it's again appreciated, thank you for getting the bodies out.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Understood.
Yeah, and I think that's everything.
Yeah, that should be everything. I'd say it might be best if we do the rest of everything else we wanted to do in the next session. Because we need to start heading off. So,
yeah.
Thank you all for watching. You can find more of the Sanity Campaign up on the Lost Shipyard up on YouTube and the Lost Harbor Tavern up on Spotify. Not just that, but you can also find some other campaigns, as well as like the Amnesia Campaign, eventually the Duped Campaign, we're working on that. And maybe some other things that are going to be coming out, hopefully eventually soon. Besides that, we also have the Lost Harbor Tavern, where you can find our main channel at, where we have more stuff, like the Brothel Campaign. That's also on YouTube, by the way. You can also find those campaigns also on that same area on Spotify. But you can find things like the Brothel Campaign, the Rum and Harbor Campaign, which is currently ongoing, the Hidden Garden Campaign, some one-shots, and some YouTube shorts. That being said, I thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.